heads up for any foul balls or any objects coming from the field. Keep it friendly, stay on us, don't use any foul language to the other team. Be nice. Please take care of our ballpark. During the game, please stay seated. Do not climb the dugouts, fences, or the net. Have fun, cheer loud, stick around, and run the bases with dignity. Go Dawgs.
The second season is here. Welcome, everyone, to the 2026 WCBL playoffs on Flow College. Peter Klein with you for Game 1 of the Okotoks Dawgs taking on the Energy City Cactus Rats in the West Division semi-final. It is a hazy/smoky evening here in Okotoks as the playoffs begin, and for the home side Dawgs, they are hoping that last year was just a brief detour and they can make their way back to the championship for the fourth time in 5 seasons. While Energy City is coming off of a season that was anything but normal, as their home schedule was basically just home in quotation marks. So it is nothing short of an incredible accomplishment that this team has made its way into the postseason at all, given some of the trials and tribulations that they had throughout the year. And odds are, if they are going to go all the way for a Cinderella run, basically all of those will be on the road, even if some of them are considered home games. So how did these two teams get here? For Energy City, they did finish the season at 4-6 in their last 10, but they find themselves here in the postseason after a 21-33 record that put them 5 games ahead of Brooks, who was the first team out. For the Okotoks Dawgs, they have built some momentum heading into this playoff as they finished with 8 wins in their last 10, including 4 in a row, including a couple against this Energy City squad. And if they're going to get that Harry Hallis Memorial Trophy once again, they're going to have to beat them a couple of more times. All 3 games of this series, it should be noted, will be here at Siemens Stadium. The Energy City will still be considered the home team for Game 2 tomorrow, but it will be here at Siemens Stadium, just given all the entire situation that is going on with the Energy City Stadium right now. So the Dawgs will be hosting all 3 here at the ballpark. Anyway, they had the best run differential in the WCBL at plus 229 and have done just a phenomenal job this season building up some high-level depth and getting themselves ready for another push here for a championship, and hoping that things run through Siemens Stadium. They did get a bit of a surprise even for me. I think I came on the broadcast for the last regular season game on Wednesday saying not a whole lot to play for, just go out there and have some fun. What a night it was with Ricky Sanchez playing all 9 spots. We'll get to that as the day goes on. But it turns out that game was actually fairly consequential because it was supposed to technically be a doubleheader during the day. That Energy City, because they had wrapped things up and because they had played a lot of baseball down the stretch, they decided one was enough and forfeited one of those games. Instead of it just being a rainout, it was just a full forfeit. That gave the Dawgs the victory. They ended up beating Moose Jaw for top spot and the President's Cup for the best record in the WCBL. They ended up beating Moose Jaw by 1 game. So we had the road to Okotoks here earlier in the summer, and the road to the WCBL championship also goes through Okotoks for as long as the Dawgs are in the playoffs. And for game 1 of the postseason, not much of a surprise as they turn to Brody Forno, who has made a number of postseason starts and postseason appearances for this Dawgs team in the past. He got into 2 games back in 2025, 1 in 24, 1 in 23, and 1 in 2022. He has been all over this team for many, many years. It is his final season with the Okotoks Dawgs, and he starts the first playoff game of 2026. Coming into this one with a fantastic record. First on the team in innings pitched, wins, and strikeouts. 8th in the WCBL in strikeouts. He would be the ERA leader, but on the website, Ball Clubs, they filter ERA leaders by 50 innings pitched, and Forno did not get to that, throwing 44 2/3. But still, the veteran on this staff has been everything that the Dawgs have needed him to be. At times a middle reliever, at times a long reliever, at times a leverage reliever, at times kind of back end of the starting rotation guy, and now at the very tippity top as the ace of this staff going into this one here this evening. The lineup that he'll be facing for Energy City, it is David Simmons leading things off out of Cloud County, followed by Carter Mann and Hikaru Ikeda. Carson Burnett is the cleanup hitter today, followed by Liam Kirsch and Casey Prychak. Juan El Monte follows him with Seth Clark and Sanosuke Nakajima rounding out the lineup in the 9-hole for this Energy City side. These two teams played in what was a wildly entertaining game for a lot of people here in Okotoks on the last day of the regular season back on Wednesday. It is interesting that this could be a 3-game series, and these two teams played in the last 2 games of the regular season, so very familiar with one another as they go on. But on that night, it was Ricky Sanchez starting the game in left, 2nd inning in center, 3rd in right. You can see where I'm going, playing all 9 positions, including pitcher, in the 9th, where he got the first 2 outs and then was pulled for Nash Kroll, who got the final strikeout, faced 1 batter this season, struck him out. So the best ratio to batters faced per strikeout, or strikeout per batter face, however you want to cut it, the best one that you will ever see in the history of the sport. Nash Kroll wraps it up with the win in the final day of the regular season. So Ricky, while he got to test drive all of them, is going to start the game at shortstop today in his much more familiar spot, the one that saw him be one of the best defensive infielders in college baseball this year, coming off of an excellent season with Gonzaga. So again, a very, very entertaining night at the ballpark, and it turned out to be a very important night as well, as the Dawgs were able to wrap up top spot in the WCBL. So we'll be keeping an eye on all of the playoff matchups tonight, as we got them all as the postseason begins here across Western Canada in the WCBL for 2026. It is an amazing time of year, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We'll be keeping an eye on Lethbridge, Sylvan Lake, Medicine Hat and Moose Jaw, and Regina taking on Saskatoon. So those are the playoff matchups. Obviously, winner of Energy City and Okotoks will take on the winner of Lethbridge and Sylvan Lake, and then Medicine Hat and Moose Jaw's winner will take on the winner of Regina, the defending champions, and Saskatoon, who have, pardon the pun, bitter taste in their mouth after how things wrapped up for them a season ago. But so does this Okotoks Dawgs side. 3 championships in a row to not even get back to the championship game, losing in the West Final a year ago, getting swept by Sylvan Lake. They have a lot of redemption on the mind, although it is funny when you talk to other people about that. Like, oh yeah, no, they took the loss last year personally. It's like, I mean, they won 3 in a row. Can they just chill a little bit? That's not how it works around these parts. This is an Okotoks side that is extremely motivated to have another banner night a couple of weeks from now here in the WCBL. That's probably enough of me rambling. Let's now send it down to the man on the field. Logan Coots gets us ready for the game today.
Fans, how are we doing? It's game one of the West semifinals. Oh, it's so good to be here in playoffs. And before we begin, I just want to give a huge congratulations, Energy City, for making it to the West semifinals as well. So good to be playing you guys all weekend. And with that in mind, how about an enormous round of applause to our first place team over here, your Okotoks Dawgs. We will be back here again tomorrow and Sunday if necessary. Reminder that tomorrow is an away game for your Okotoks Dawgs. It is game 2 in your playoff package. Now, while I'm talking about the amazing things the Dawgs are doing up in the Dawgs General Store, we've got a pretty amazing promotion on right now. I see a lot of you without a Dawgs jersey. It is a perfect chance to get one because if you pick up any adult jersey, you're going to get yourself a free tumbler as well. So you make sure you get up there, hook yourself up with a jersey. You deserve it to wear it all weekend long. Now let's get started with this game by introducing our Bat Boy, brought to you by Armadillo Acupuncture. Get on out here, Grady. Big round of applause for our Bat Boy tonight. And he's holding the sign right now. That sign says Dog of the Day. Proudly brought to you by Serini Fine Jewelry. Keep that applause going for Jackson Meyervich. 3 scoreless innings in his Dawgs debut. That is why you are our Dog of the Day. Keep it going for them and keep it going for your Dawgs as we toss it up to the hometown dental press box. Hey Mike, let's get tonight's playoff starting lineup.
Dawgs fans, here is tonight's starting lineup and batting order for your Okotoks Dawgs. Leading off for your Dawgs Academy alumni out of Gonzaga, the shortstop, number 8, Ricky Sanchez. Batting second out of Indiana University, the right fielder, number 3, Cactus. Batting third, Dawgs Academy alumni out of Illinois State, third baseman, number 19, Eric Matchey. The cleanup batter out of Wright State, left fielder, number 33, Jordan Keeman. Hitting fifth, Dawgs Academy alumni out of Tennessee Tech, first baseman, number 44, Nash Kroll. Batting sixth, Dawgs Academy alumni out of Gonzaga, the catcher, number 23, Jacob Ruleski. Hitting seventh, Dawgs Academy alumni out of the University of Portland, a center fielder, number 2, Landon Kaufman. Batting eighth, Dawgs Academy alumni out of Tennessee Tech, the designated hitter, number 10, Connor Croson. Batting ninth out of Lynn Benton Community College, second baseman, number 36, Emmett Stalker. And starting on the mound tonight, Dawgs Academy alum out of Campbellsville University, number 4, Brody Forno.
Baseball fans, I'll now ask you to rise. Remove your hats. and join us in singing our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
All right, Grady, let's get this game started.
We always say the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Well, we have now reached the sprint portion of the marathon. 8 teams are 6 wins away from a championship, and a couple poorly timed losses can derail those hopes very quickly. Welcome to the 2026 WCBL playoffs. Tonight, it is the Okotoks Dawgs hosting Energy City in Game 1 of their West semifinal. My name is Peter Klein. It is an honor to bring this game to you tonight here from Siemens Stadium in Okotoks. Defensively for the Dawgs this evening, Nash Kroll, who played a little bit at short on Wednesday, is back in the lineup at first base. Emmett Stalker and Ricky Sanchez up the middle with Eric Batchy over at third. Your outfield from left to right is Jordan Kiefman, Landon Kaufman, and Cal Gates. And Jacob Rubleski is the battery mate for the ace of this Dawg staff this season, Brody Forno. In his final year in the WCBL, the All-Star pitched in 12 games, went 6-0 with a 2.62 ERA, 44 and 2/3 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed, 53 strikeouts to just 10 walks, and 6 hit by a pitch. He was first on the team in innings pitched, wins, and strikeouts, and 8th in the WCBL in strikeouts coming out of the regular season. So it should be a whole lot of fun here. Playoffs is just a little bit different, and we will have an example of that coming up. It is a best of 3. All 3 games are going to be here at Siemens Stadium, given the unique nature of Energy City's season and home situation currently. And it'll be Simmons leading things off here for Energy City. First pitch is a breaking ball, and we are underway. First pitch coming to you at 7:11 p.m. Mountain Time here in Okotoks. Your game time temperature 26 degrees. Pitch fouled away. And just like that, Forno ahead, 0-2. Simmons, a 15-game hit streak out of the regular season. Played 49 games, hit .329 with 7 home runs, 33 RBI. Takes that pitch up and away, and it's 1-2. Forno's last appearance on July 31st went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs against Sylvan Lake. Simmons with a bit of a shuffle out of the batter's box after taking that one, and the count is 2-2. The 2-2. And Simmons drills this ball into center field. Going back on it is Kaufman. Still going back. He'll look up and watch it go. First batter of the postseason for Energy City. And David Simmons out of Atlanta, Georgia goes deep. The Cactus Rats strike first. They're fired up. It's 1-0. Simmons had 7 home runs this season for Energy City. And 3 home runs with Cloud County this year in the Thunderbirds. And it's a silencer at Siemens Stadium early. First pitch misses up and in to Carter Mann, the number 2 hitter tonight for Energy City. The 1-0 in for a strike, 1-1. Forno was spectacular in July. 5 outings, he only allowed 5 runs in 27 innings, 33 strikeouts in that stretch. And that pitch sails on him there, and it's 2-1. Facing man committed to Jamestown, 8 games this year for Energy City. Hit .267 with 3 runs batted in. And he pulls this ball to right field. That'll down for a base hit. And that one knocked down by Gates, who has a heck of an arm out in right field. We saw that in the regular season finale, holding man to a single. But 2 batters in, Energy City bringing the energy so far. And that'll bring up Hikaru Ikeda out of Fukui, Japan, and the Fukui University of Technology. 49 games this year, hit .250 with 4 home runs and 21 RBI. And Forno will look to settle in now. Quick pickoff move over to first. Diving back in safely is Mann. 3 stolen bases this season. All 3 of them coming against the Dawgs. He played 8 games with Energy City, almost half of them against Okotoks. Now he's at first, watching as Ikeda lines this ball into center field. Kaufman breaking in on it, dives, and he makes the catch. No, it fell in. It looked like he had it in his glove from this vantage point, but it must have just fallen out on the fall. So back-to-back singles after the home run, and Energy City has something going here in the first. And that'll bring up Carson Burnett out of Poway, California, attending Concordia University in Nebraska. 45 games this season with Energy City, hitting .200 with 6 home runs and 27 RBI. 3 of those 6 home runs coming in the last 5 games of the regular season, as he finished the year on a 5-game hit streak. And he is looking to bust this one open here in the first. First pitch from Forno, misses up and away, 1-0. Mentioned before, Forno pitched in 2 playoff games for the Dawgs last season in relief, through an inning and an inning and a third with a couple of strikeouts. Gave up some runs in there as well. Checks the runner back at second, now comes home. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1, breaking ball chopped to the left side, foul, and it's 1-2. So Forno ahead in the count now, looking for his first out of the 2026 postseason. Long look in, now he comes home. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the breaking ball, and a big first out for Forno and the Dawgs here with 2 on, but now Burnett goes down swinging. So now Liam Kirsch, the catcher, born in Toronto, attending Murray State. or committed to Murray State anyway. Hitting .240 in 43 games this season with 2 home runs, 21 RBI. Fastball in for a strike, 0-1. We talked about the fun game for the Dawgs on Wednesday as Forno delivers the 0-1. That one's fouled back 0-2. It wasn't just Kroll getting the final out and the strikeout. Wasn't Sanchez playing all 9 positions, that obviously the headline maker, but also Brody Forno, who, as you can see, more the pitching type, came up to bat, his first at bat of the season, and he got a hit to left field to a thunderous applause here at Siemens Stadium, as the Dawgs made sure to tip their hat to 4 players who've been so important to this program. The 0-2 misses up and away, 1-2. Forno, born in Okotoks, has worked his way up through the entire program. Same thing goes for Connor Croson. Both of them in their final year. Same thing with Kroll and Sanchez. Forno hoping for one more banner finish. Checks the runner at second, now comes home. The 1-2, another breaking ball, just got a piece of that one. Good job to stay alive on that from Kirsch, as we just saw how effective that can be as an out pitch. Up and away, and he was just able to get a piece of it to keep this at bat alive. So certainly not the start to the season, or start to the postseason the Dawgs would have wanted. But a well-placed ground ball or a strikeout and another out, and it's only a 1-run ball game. Forno hopes that that can be the case. The 1-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 called. Fastball paints the inside part of the plate, and Kirsch knew it. And just like that, there's 2 away. Now it's Casey Prychak, the catcher out of Saskatchewan, attending Wayne State College. 10 games this year, hit .333. No home runs, 4 runs batted in. Had an on-base percentage of .415. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. Prychak was the catcher for Energy City in the final game of the regular season on Wednesday. But tonight playing out in left field. Ahead in the count here at 1-0. The pitch. Fouls that one back overhead. That glass breaking sound effect, I don't know how clearly you can hear that on the broadcast. It genuinely gets me about 75% of the time. Because you're kind of expecting to hear like the boom of the overhang or something like that, and then that sound effect plays. Like, oh yeah, no, some glass just broke. But that, maybe not, or probably not necessarily the case. Count 1-1 now to Prychak. Nice pitch on the inside corner, 1-2. Maybe a bit of a frame from Rubleski, but nonetheless called a strike in 1-2. So Forno, after giving up a home run, part of 3 straight hits, now looks to strike out the side. The 1-2, breaking ball lined up the middle and through for a base hit. Man was running on the pitch. He comes around to score. It is an RBI single for Casey Prychak, and Energy City takes a 2-0 lead here in the first. Forno had gone to that breaking ball as an out pitch, left it up a little bit more over the plate. Prychak didn't get a ton of it, but just enough to get it past Ricky Sanchez and into center field. And man, like I said, was basically running on the pitch. He was able to score. So 2 in for Energy City, matching their run total from the last game of the regular season. And brings Almonte to the plate. Takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. Juan Almonte facing Okotoks for the first time this year. Got into 5 games with Energy City. hit .250 with no home runs and 2 runs batted in. Long look in from Forno, the 1-0. Fouled away, 1-1. Almonte's last game action coming on the 31st of July. He went 2 for 3 against Lethbridge, scored a run in that game. Forno comes set with the 1-1 pitch. Nice snag by Rubleski. And it's 2-1. Maybe the playoff energy coursing through a little bit too much for Forno. Looked like he overthrew that pitch just a little bit. As you can imagine, that's kind of a big moment here. Big swing and a miss there. Ate up Rubleski a little bit. That might have clipped our umpire, actually. From up here, it looked like Rubleski just kind of took that one off the thumb, but given the attention that is being paid to our home plate umpire, Marcel Rosetto, I believe that one may have got a bit of a chunk of him. And so as the teammates back behind home plate, Rubleski understanding that you can get beat up back there, so takes a bit of a walk out there with Forno, lets everything kind of calm down a little bit. And now Reddy's for a big 2-2 pitch. A packed house at Siemens Stadium behind one of their favorite sons, the 2-2. Breaking ball, got him, looking, strike 3. Forno runs into some trouble and strikes out the side. We go to the home half of the first here at Siemens Stadium. Energy City strikes twice. Dawgs look for a counterpunch when we come back on Flow.
For one or the other.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Food.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Or your Okotoks Dawgs. Let's keep that energy going.
Dawgs Academy alumni out of Gonzaga, the shortstop, number 8, Ricky Sanchez.
So he tried out a number of different positions on Wednesday. He was moved up and down the order all season, but now Ricky Sanchez back in his familiar spot at the top of the Dawgs order as we lead off the bottom of the first inning here in Okotoks. Dawgs down 2-0 after a very good first from Energy City. It'll be Sanchez followed by Gates and Matchy. The 1-0 in there at 1-1. Defensively for Energy City, Seth Clark is at first up the middle. It's Nakajima and Mann. Simmons is over at third. Prychek, Ikeda, and Burnett are your outfield left to right. And Liam Kirsch, the battery mate this evening. As that pitch misses outside, 2-1. The battery mate for Kingston Bajuan who has had just an excellent season for Energy City. Born in Okotoks, attending Angelina College. 10 games this season, a perfect 4-0 with a 3.41 ERA. And Sanchez pulls it to short. Snag made by Mann. Throw across the diamond, pulls him off the bag, but Clark is able to make the tag for out number 1. Bajuin, again out of Okotoks, 34 in third innings pitched. 38 hits, 23 strikeouts, 9 walks. Led Energy City in wins with 4. He'll be facing Cal Gates now. Takes on the outside corner, 0-1. Gates, born in Bedford, Indiana, attending Indiana University. The Hoosier hit .407 in 38 games this year with the Dogs. 2 home runs, 25 RBI. Takes that pitch low, 1-1. Gates finished second in the WCBL in batting average this season, third in on-base percentage and steals, and ended up 9th in OPS. And he drills this ball to left. Long run for Prychek, and he's not going to get there. This ball gets down and hops over the wall for a ground rule double. So a strong maiden voyage for Cal Gates in the WCBL playoffs as he gets aboard with 1 down here in the first. One of the things that made him so dangerous this season, the ability to hit to all fields. That was some pretty good pop he had out of the left-handed batter's box going the other way. And now he finds himself in scoring position for Eric Matchey, one of the hottest players in the WCBL as the season came to a close. He only played in 11 games. He had a hit in 11 games. Hit .310 with 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Big swing and a miss there, 0-1. Matchey's worked his way through the Dawgs Academy. Wrapped up his second season at Illinois State. Born in St. Albert. Dancing at second is Gates. Matchey flies this ball to right. Looks like it's going to get out of play, and it will. Good effort down the first baseline from Seth Clark out of the Prairie Baseball Academy. But was just a touch out of reach. I remember here at the road to Okotoks, Peter Labardia said on a similar play, unless you're Spider-Man, no one's catching that. And even then, that one maybe reserved for Go-Go Gadget. Throw to second. Diving back in was Gates. Sorry, Inspector Gadget, but the Go-Go Gadget arm, just to finish that thought. Anyway, checking on Gates, maybe not the worst thing, as I mentioned before. One of the league leaders in stolen bases. He was tops in the non-Moose Jaw division of steals this year. As the Miller Express had a couple of, a record-setting season in steals with Thomas Soto, with 49, which set the record, beat it by 7. So the count now 1-2 to Matchey. Gates bluffed a bit of a start. Bajuin comes home and the pitch is fouled away. We'll do 1-2 all over again. This Dawgs team, I've been here fully for 5 years and some fill-in stuff before that. One constant in this organization is how much pressure they put on teams on the bases. And one thing that does, it can draw a pitcher's attention. I think they're hoping for a little bit of that here with Gates in scoring position. Pitch to Matchey just missed. Bajuin thought he had him. But the count's now at 2-2. And that one was met with a little bit of disagreement from the Energy City contingent. And there is a few here. So Matchey fouls that one away, 2-2. Again, Bajuin from Okotoks. Worked his way through the Dawgs Academy. And in a AB dugout stories, Story. Ahead of him going to, or just coming off of, the Canada Cup a couple of years ago. Credited Graham Bruner and Matt Wilkinson with helping him out in the pitching department, which, I mean, a couple pretty good guys to lean on. Just missed that one, and it's 3-2. So came up through the Dawgs Academy and having a very good year with Energy City. Count is full to Matchy, and he'll foul that one off, keeping this at bat alive. One of the Dawgs' best hitters waits on deck in Jordan Kievman. As the Dawgs look for an immediate response to the 2 put up by Energy City in the first. Bajuan comes set, the 3-2. Matchy, high fly ball out to left. Prychek coming in, a long run out for man, and it drops in foul. So we'll do it all over again. That one just landing foul, a heck of a run from man. Rocking the hoodie under the jersey tonight in 26-degree weather, but to each their own. It honestly, like down at the field, it did not feel 26 degrees. I don't know if it felt like hoodie weather, but it didn't feel like 26 degrees. But either way, phenomenal effort, just couldn't quite squeeze onto that one. So the count stays full at 3-2. Good at bat here from Matchy. Full count pitch again, laced to short and through for a base hit. This one's gonna split him. Coming around to score is Gates. Matchy glides into second with an RBI double. Back-to-back 2-baggers for the Dawgs, and they've cut the lead in half at 2-1. Couldn't have drawn it up any better for Matchy. A long at bat, ripping a ball to left field, and it just split the 2 defenders. Prychek and Ikeda letting Matchy get the double. And it's a 1-run ball game. Now Jordan Kievman out of Norton, Ohio, attending Wright State University. Hit .394 with the Dawgs this season. Tied for first on the team with 9 home runs and 46 RBI. That RBI total was just first on the team. Swing and a miss there, 0-1. Also pitched 7 1/3 innings this season for the Dawgs. But they are happy to have him out in left today. The 0-1. Kievman chopped that one foul, and quickly it's 0-2. Team lead in RBI, tied for first in home runs, finished second in doubles. Just behind Kaufman, who's a little bit further down in the order. He's got a bit of a hole to work out of here at 0-2. That pitch missed outside. Kirsch couldn't squeeze it, but not running on the play as Matchy, and the count's 1-2. Matchy does have wheels, did have 1 steal this season. That came in the regular season finale on Wednesday. The 1-2. And that one down the left field side, well foul, just clearing the berm. Nice catch by a fan out there, playing that on a hop. Which is the smart way to go about it if you can. So another long at bat here as the Dawgs working the pitch count. Hold foul. Bajuan up to 23 pitches, a third of an inning through this ball game. For reference, Forno finished the first with 28. Checking the runner at second, now comes home. The 1-2 misses outside, it's 2-2. Dawgs a very patient bunch at the plate. Very comfortable in 2-strike situations and very content to grind out at bats. The 2-2. Rip that one foul. And we'll stay at 2-2 as that one ricochets all the way out into medium depth right field. Not that Bajuin's in danger of being pulled in the first or anything, but working the counts, meaning a little bit more in a playoff series. If you can get in the bullpen in game one, it just sets you up the rest of the way. But not going to have to worry about it there as Bajuin strikes out Kiefman, and there's 2 down. So now it's Nash Kroll out of Tennessee Tech, born in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia, but worked his way through the Dawgs Academy. Just finished up his final season as an Okotoks Dawg. Tied for the team lead in home runs with 9. He hit .347 in 37 games, 44 RBI. Finished with 21 walks and 22 strikeouts. A lot of those in what has been an excellent Dawgs career highs for Nash. The batting average at .347, that would be a career high for him. The 9 home runs, just about. He had 10 back in 2023. And the RBI was also a career high. Rips this ball foul down the left field line. Also, the 22 strikeouts, the fewest he's been K'd as a Dawg through a regular season. So a very, very strong closeout to his Dawgs career. The 1-1 takes it outside, 2-1. Mention Kroll tied for the team lead in home runs. He finished 7th in the WCBL in OPS with a 1.042. The 2-1 takes outside, and it's 3-1. Don't know if that was an overly difficult take for him, but he has been significantly more patient at the plate this year. The 21 walks, I believe, was also a career high. But he just has a bit of a different approach up there. Still the home runs, but much more patient. The 3-1, did he go around? Yes, he did. He had started the trot up the first base line. I don't know if he truly believed he held up or if there was a bit of an acting job happening there to try to sell it a little bit. But nonetheless, now the count is full. Potential tying run in scoring position. Here in the first, the 3-2 takes, and that's ball 4. So Kroll had to wait an extra beat before he was able to make that stroll down to first, but eventually does. And there's 2 on for the Dawgs with 2 away, and Jake Wróblewski coming to the plate. The catcher out of Gonzaga hitting .314 this year in 28 games. He had 8 home runs, 29 RBI. And was a major part of this offense, being as potent as it was all year long. Dawgs finished with the best offense in the WCBL and the best run differential in the league. Wróblewski takes, and it's 1-0. Wróblewski took a couple days off before this postseason. His last game action back on the 3rd against Sylvan Lake. He went 2 for 5 in that game with an RBI. The 1-0. Chops this one over to the left side. Man with the backhand. Throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. But not before. The Dawgs get 1 back. They still find themselves in a 2-1 hole as we go to the 2nd inning here at Siemens Stadium in Okotoks. It's the playoffs, and it's on Flow College.
Oh, we've got an all-star lineup for our Dawgs race today. We ask, are you faster than our dog? With the help of Mark Anthony Group, we get to find out. We've got Jeremy, Davin, Halen, Ryan, Rory, Aiden, Bryce. Holy smokes, a whole bunch of them think they're faster than Diggity. And let's find out in 3, 2, 1, go! I think Diggity might have given them a head stop. Whoa, it's a Flip-flops went flying. And I think he got the win from it too. Congratulations to all of our contestants, especially our winner. He has proven he is faster than diggity.
Dawgs fans, we have a few items on special tonight. Enjoy two $10 You Bet Hard Iced Teas, 2 for $12 from the Patch Sours, discounted cotton candy, and pretzel bites. And check out the Mr. Rooter sign in right field. If that big head gets hit, one lucky fan walks away with $1,000.
So I'm stuck here watching TV. I don't have digital. I don't have diddly squad. It's not having what you want. It's wanting what you've got. I'm gonna soak up the sun.
First baseman, number 27, Seth Clark.
Red Deer's Seth Clark leading things up here in the second. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 for the Cactus Rats. Ahead 2-1. First pitch in for a strike. That breaking ball so effective in the first. Goes right back to it in the second, does Brody Forno. This ball popped up out into left field. A long running catch made by Jordan Kiefman, and there's one down. Dawgs have a ton of wheels out there tonight and most nights, and Kiefman putting that on display. Sanosuke Nakajima now up at the plate. Takes that one up and away, 1-0. Forno working quickly is now back even at 1-1. Nakajima, born in Shibuya in Tokyo, Japan. 6 games this season, hit 300, no home runs or RBI. Walked a couple of times and watches as that pitch skips in, 2-1. Nakajima got into the game last night, his first appearance against the Dawgs. Sorry, not last night, Wednesday night. It was a walk. Ahead in the count here now, 3-1. Forno delivers that pitch in for a strike, and the count's full at 3-2. Forno was great for Campbellsville this year, pitching in 14 games for the Tigers, started all of them, 4-7, 62 1/3 innings pitched, 70 strikeouts. And he gets another strikeout here. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Forno here in the second inning, and there's 2 down. Saw that the fastball was getting past Nakajima a couple of times there, so went right back to it, why not? And zipped that one in. So now it is David Simmons who put up a run on the board very quickly in the first inning with a home run. And now he wears a breaking ball in the back. Not a mind reader. I don't believe there was any malice on that one. I think if you're going to do that, it's not going to be with the breaking ball. Just got away from him a little bit. So Simmons is aboard for the second time today, but this time he's actually staying on a base instead of touching them all. Got to say, went down to the Energy City dugout before the game just to clear up a couple of things with them, and Simmons was about as loose as you could be. Had the headphones in, was dancing, singing along to it. He was in a very loose mood for a playoff game. Now he's trying to take second, and he doesn't. Thrown out by Rubleski. A cannon from the Dawgs catcher brings the second inning to a close. A base runner that gets erased pretty quickly, and that's it. We go to the bottom of the second here in Okotoks. Dawgs down 2-1 on Flow College.
Attention Dawgs fans. Attention Dawgs fans. Could the owner of a Jeep, license plate 71P460, that is a Jeep license plate 71P460, please report to the Dawgs office. That Jeep owner, please report, because you have the dirtiest car in the parking lot and you have won a free car wash from Dreams Eco Express Wash. Come get that gift certificate and get that thing clean.
Second inning presented by Foothills Creamery. Scoop and joy since 1969. Make sure you find a Dawgs Academy player on the concourse to purchase your 50-50 tickets for tonight's game.
Bottom half of the second here in Okotoks. Dawgs trailing 2-1 in Game 1 of the WCBL West semifinal. It'll be Kaufman, Croson, and Stalker for the Dawgs. And that one hit Kaufman. So after a hit by a pitch last inning, again, I'm not sure if there's a whole lot for intent on that one, just intending on challenging the middle of the plate, or the inside part of the plate, and getting away from it a little bit. Now it is Connor Croson, who has done it all in his time with the Dawgs. Last time the Dawgs hoisted a championship, it was off of a walk-off home run from Croson. Back in 2024, he hit 400 this season in 40 games, 5 home runs, 33 RBI. Kaufman's running, and Kirsch doesn't have a play. The ball skipped on him. Pitch was also a ball, so it's 1-0, and a stolen base for Kaufman, who made a bit of a push at the end of the season in that category, finishing with 16, and ended up in the top 10 in the WCBL. Pitch misses low, 2-0. Energy City fairly familiar with Kaufman running. In the games that he played against the Cactus Rats this season, he had 3 steals. Most of that work coming early in the year. But now he's in scoring position for Croson, who takes, and it's 2-1. Croson, a pinch hitter in the game on Wednesday. Now DHing tonight, hitting 8th. Looking to tie the game up with a runner at second. The 2-1. In for a strike, and it's 2-2. With the wheels that Kaufman has at second, you have to think that any hit that touches the grass in the outfield will likely tie this game up. But Juin would like to not have to find out about that. Checks the runner in mid-delivery and skips it in 3-2. So that's a little bit of what we were talking about with drawing that focus of the pitcher with the aggressive base running that the Dawgs have. Bajuin maybe just trying to throw Croson off a little bit, but ended up throwing himself off, taking another glance back at the runner at second. And this is a batter you want to keep all your focus on. Croson finishing with a .539 on-base percentage, tops in the WCBL. The 3-2, a high fly ball to right. Burnett going back, racing after it into the corner, and it's off the wall. The ball skips away. Kaufman's rounding third. Burnett's throw home is cut off. It's an RBI double for Connor Croson, and this game is tied. Three and two. Croson going the other way with tons of pop, and just hit it off the wall in that short-ish corner. Short compared to the rest of the stadium anyway. Out in right field, Burnett was trying to chase it down a little bit out of control. The ball bounced away from him, so even though Kaufman had to hold to make sure that it wasn't caught, he's still able to score and tie this game up. And now it is Emmett Stalker, and there's going to be a conversation on how to handle him. Stalker getting into 19 games in the regular season out of Lynn Benton Community College. The Roadrunner hit 2 home runs and 13 RBI for the Dawgs. Had a .486 on-base percentage. Also pitched for the Dawgs, including in the game last night, where he threw an inning, gave up a hit, no runs, and a couple of strikeouts. So the conversation has been had. All important subjects broached. So now Stalker steps in against Bajouen. Checks Croson back at second. Connor calling for a balk. But that still remains the call of the umpire, so he will stay put. Meanwhile, Bajouen also playing for the Roadrunners, but Angelina College. 4 games this year, 5 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. And this ball flared out to left field. Prychek going back, still going back, and it's over his head. This one's going to go all the way to the wall. Croson rounding third, he will score. It is an RBI double for Emmett Stalker. And the bottom third of the Dawgs order comes up big to give Okotoks the lead here in the second. Seven, 8, and 9, 2 up for the Dawgs, and it doesn't matter. Kaufman hit. Croson gets a double that brings in 1. Stalker, a double that brings in another. And the Dawgs jump out to a 3-2 lead now with Ricky Sanchez coming to the plate. The Dawgs Academy alum, 0 for 1 in the ballgame, grounding out to short. Sorry, I believe I said third inning. It is the second still. Checking the runner at second, now comes home. Sanchez, first pitch swinging, hits it foul. And that one will get out of play. Beyond the bullpen area and into the hitting lanes that are out there in the Dawgs training facility. Sanchez, batting average as low as .263 at point of the season, but was red hot to close the year and ended the season on a 5-game hit streak. Pops this one up, foul territory again, and that one is heading to Souvenir City. Well, maybe not. Hit the awning. Oh, and bounced back. Sheesh. Did it bounce back, or was that the umpire throwing in the ball? Either way, it made a loud noise. And now the count sticks at 0-2. And Sanchez drills this ball deep left field, hooking to the corner and foul. He absolutely annihilated that pitch, but just couldn't keep it fair. 3-2 Dawgs here, second inning. Feels like a bit of a high-scoring affair. Not quite the most in the WCBL this evening. According to James Tubb on social media, after giving up 6 runs in the bottom of the first, Medicine Hat responded with a 7-hit, 8-run second inning. They lead Moose Jaw 8-6 in the second. And Sanchez punches this one through the right side for a base hit. Getting the wave around third is Stalker. The throw from Burnett is cut off. It is a 4-2 Dawgs lead, and their veteran shortstop getting the crowd going here in game one. The throw was cut off by Clark. They may have had a shot at home. But then Sanchez was rounding aggressively at first. I think he was with me and thought they had a shot at getting Stalker at the plate. So he was going to go to second and got cut off, and he had to scamper back into first. Stalker took a tumble scoring and giving the Dawgs now a 4-2 lead. And now it's Cal Gates. Sanchez dives back in. Finished with 8 steals in the regular season. Touch off of his 14 steal pace from a season ago. Always a very smart base runner. Not going here, and Gates lifts this one out to left. Prychek going back on it, still going back, and it's over his head and up against the wall. Sanchez will get the stop sign at third. It's a double for Cal Gates, and the Dawgs offense continues to roll here. Second and third, nobody out. We've talked about it a lot during the regular season. This is an offense that just comes at you in waves. You have Kaufman batting 7th, hitting .376. Croson, the on-base percentage leader in the WCBL, was batting 8th. Stalker hit over 400 in the season. He was batting 9th. And then you get into Ricky Sanchez and Cal Gates and now Eric Matchey. It can wear on pitchers, and that is how this Dawgs team has been able to put up some big numbers and some big performances this season. So now it's Matchey. Ripping this ball to left field as well. Prychek comes in on it, makes the catch. Taking a third is Sanchez. There will be no throw home. It's an RBI sac fly for Matchey. It's a 5-2 edge now for the Dawgs. Matchey just taking care of business there, knowing the assignment is just hit the ball in the air to the outfield. He did just that, able to get a pitch he could drive and taking full advantage. And now Kievman first pitch swinging. The Dawgs, I think, have picked up on something here, as Bajuin, who has been all around the strike zone this season, just 9 walks on the year. So you know he is going to be attacking that strike zone, and the Dawgs are attacking the strikes right now. The 0-1 runner goes, and that one fouled straight back. Gates had a good jump at second. Kievman thought he had a good look at that pitch and was on it, just fouling it straight back. So now he's behind 0-2. Kievman struck out back in the first. Looking to avoid that same fate here. The 0-2. Rips that one foul and just missed someone over on the first base side. Luckily, everyone was able to get out of the way of that. So the count stays 0-2 to Kievman. And he drills this ball to right, hooking to the corner. That one's going to go out of play, foul. But again, Okotoks seeing it very well here in the second inning. Bajuin now up to 51 pitches in the second inning. Gates running again. The pitch, a strike. So Gates is out, or sorry, Kievman is out. And there's 2 away. Second strikeout of the ball game for Bajuin. They've both been Kievman. But Gates gets his first stolen base of the postseason. and he'll get to third with 2 away. So now it's Nash Kroll, who walked in his first at-bat, or first plate appearance, I suppose, here in the first. Got the final out as a pitcher in the game yesterday, was fired up after what appeared to be a breaking ball. Got the out. Now he drills this ball right center field. Going back on it is Burnett. Still going back. This ball is off the wall. In to score is Gates. Kroll is dashing for third. There's not going to be a throw. A stand-up triple for Nash Kroll. Drives in a run, and it's 6-2. Just trading places with Gates over at third base. A Nash dash to third. His first triple this year, and it comes in the playoffs, and it drives in a run. Ninth batter to the plate is Jake Wróblewski. He grounded out to short to end the first inning. And now he leads on, or now trying to avoid ending the second inning. Dawgs with a 5 spot, looking for more with a runner at third. Chopper to third. Knocked down by Simmons, but it's going to get away. Kroll will score, and it's 7-2. They're going to rule that one a hit. A tough short hop for Simmons over at third base. All he could do was knock it down. But no chance of getting anyone after that. And so now it is Kaufman coming to the plate. Landon Kaufman, born in Vancouver, attending the University of Portland. Takes that one outside, 1-0. Kaufman looking for a touch of revenge, although 6 runs is probably enough. But Kaufman was hit by a pitch to start this inning. He stole second and came around to score on an RBI double from Croson. The 1-0. Short, and it's 2-0. This is the first time Bajuan's faced the Dawgs this season. He's up to 55 pitches. Assuming there's no restrictions from post-secondary institutions, he can go a while. 99 is his season high. The throw to second as the runner goes, and it's into center field. Wróblewski will hold tight at second base. And he's going to end up getting third. They're going to say there was some interference with Nakajima at second, as he and Wróblewski got tangled up with the ball going to center. So the Dawgs catcher steals second and will get to third on the throw. So now Kaufman ahead in the count at 2-1. High fly ball to right. This one's going to make its way out of play into a not at all active Dawgs bullpen. Nothing happening on the Energy City side either, as Bajuan is tasked with getting through this second inning. At one point I said the bottom third of the order getting it done for the Dawgs. Well, the top third did pretty well, and now the middle third has done rather effectively also. The 2-2. Pulled foul, will do it again. Kaufman had 6 hits against Energy City this season, 3 steals and 5 runs batted in. He had a double and 2 RBI in the game on Wednesday. He's been with the Dawgs for a few seasons now, and he pops this one right up the elevator shaft. It ends up back behind home plate. The catch is made by Kirsch, and the inning is over, but not before the Dawgs put up 6 and take a 7-2 lead to the third here at Siemens Stadium. It's game 1 of the 2026 WCBL playoffs, and it's live now on Flow College.
Hey, Section 106. I happen to have some pretzel bites going to anybody that's hungry. Who would like some pretzel bites? Anybody want some? Ooh, coming through here. But I need a big Go Dogs Go. How does that sound? 1, 2, 3. Go Dogs Go.
Go, dogs, go!
Top of the third inning here in Okotoks, the Dawgs with 6 runs in the top or the bottom of the second. Sorry, they now have a 7-2 lead. So Forno, a little bit more breathing room than last pitch he threw. Gets a fly ball out to left center field. That ball is carrying and ends up caught by Landon Kaufman, 1 away. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and Mann flies out for the first of the inning. It'll be Mann, Ikeda, and Burnett. Mann was up when Simmons was thrown out at second to end the last inning. I will say that the flags are not moving here tonight. The trees barely are also, but the ball seems to really be carrying this evening. That pitch is in for a ball, 1-0. Not the Simmons home run. That's a home run and almost at the Polo Grounds. I don't know who's holding that. But there have been a few out in left where Prychek has broken in on it, and then they've just drifted over his head, and that one looked like it was going to be a bit of a lazier fly to center, and then Kaufman had to keep going back and keep going back. So something to keep an eye on as the game rolls on. The 2-0, this ball is tattooed. It is a mile foul, but that might clear the parking lot over on the left side. The people who thought they were safe parking on the road tonight just had a bit of a gasp moment. So it's 2-1 to Ikeda, who takes the breaking ball, 2-2. That has been working for Forno so far. And now the Dawgs veteran looking for his 5th strikeout of the ball game. Momentarily. Ikeda calling time, interrupting the Jaws theme. Well, not theme, but you know what I mean. He was 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base in the game yesterday, and he lines the breaking ball into center field for a base hit. That has been a very effective outpitch for Forno so far today. If I'm aware of that, so is Ikeda, and he waited on it perfectly, hitting a line drive to center field. Ikeda's 2 for 2, and the Cactus Rats have a much-needed base runner now. And this is something, it's a trap that the Dawgs have fallen into this season, and you don't want Energy City to fall into that if you're a fan of that club, as sometimes you'll fall behind, and now you're going to try to go up there and hit a 5-run home run, which is, in 99% of the baseball world, still not a thing. So just need base runners, need hits like that from Ikeda, and now looking for Burnett to continue the line moving with 1 down. Forno checks the runner at first, now comes home, the pitch fouled away, 0-1. Ikeda will run, 14 steals on the year, 2nd on the team. And Burnett can mash. Mentioned before, 5-game hit streak to close the year. He had 6 hits in that stretch. 3 of them were home runs. 2 of them were against the Dawgs. The 0-1. High and tight, 1-1. Forno with another glance at Ikeda over at first. Does a little bit of dancing, and now has to dance back. It must be something they work on here, because there are a few pitchers who, even as right-handers, have a very quick move to first base for the Dawgs. Ikeda bluffs a start as it's swung through there by Burnett, and it's 1-2. There's a good breaking ball again from Forno. Had one complete game with Campbellsville this year and pitched 6 innings in their conference opener against the Blue Raiders. He struck out 7. He's pitched in many big moments, both with the Dawgs and collegiately. Starting the playoffs here for Okotoks. The 1-2. Popped him up. Over on the right side, Gates is calling for it, and he will make the catch for the second out. I've made reference to this a couple of times, but it is a bit of a smokier evening here in Okotoks. And again, I've said this a couple of times, so I may be off or exaggerating, but from this vantage point, it does feel like the sky is baseball color. So could be a couple of tricky ones in the outfield this evening. That wasn't one of them. Gates had it, but could be a little bit tricky to pick up that ball if you lose it. So now it's Kirsch. Struck out back in the first. Throw back over. Ikeda diving back in. Mentioned before, Ikeda did have a steal against the Dawgs yesterday or on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm going to stop calling that yesterday, but you know what I mean. Forno rears back with a fastball, misses up and in, 1-1. Kirsch transferring to Murray State after a couple of years at Indiana State. Redshirted his first year, didn't get into game action this second, and now off to Murray State for another opportunity to get into some games after a pretty solid year here with Energy City. Ikeda is running. The pitch is low. Wrobleski bobbles it and doesn't have a play. It's a stolen base for Ikeda, and Energy City now with a runner in scoring position with 2 down. Kirsch, 21 RBI on the season. He attended Tannenbaum Chat High School out of Toronto, now looking to chip away at this Dawgs lead. Last time Energy City was batting, it was a 2-1 ball game. Now they're down 7-2. Fouling that one off is Kirsch, and the count now 2-1. Updating the out-of-town scoreboard tonight, Medicine Hat got out of a bases-loaded situation. They lead Moose Jaw 8-6 as that game rolls on. Lethbridge up 1-0 on Sylvan Lake. They're already in the top of the 5th out at Gulls Stadium. And Regina has a 1-0 lead on Saskatoon as they play in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball there, nicely done, and it's 2-2. Traditionally, you're up 2-1. You're looking for a pitch to drive. Usually that's a fastball. You get a breaking ball like that, there is not a thing you can do with it. And now Forno looking for another K. The Dawgs veteran comes set, ready with the 2-2 pitch. And it's lined into center field. Kaufman will play it on a hop. Ikeda rounding third. He will score. It's an RBI single for Liam Kirsch, and it is a 7-3 ball game now. Ikeda running on contact with 2 away. And Kaufman making the smart play to just ease up on it, make the catch on the bounce instead of diving and letting the ball roll behind you. And all of a sudden, it's a massive momentum play. So just keep it to a single, let the run come in, and live to play another day. Now it's Prychak, who had an RBI in the first. Takes that one for a strike, 0-1. It was an RBI single for Prychak, extending the lead to 2-0 for Energy City. They've chipped away at what is now a deficit for them. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Little high heat from Forno. 33 strikeouts in July in 5 starts. Now here in August, in the postseason, looking for another K. The 0-2. Just missed, 1-2. Wróblewski let it sit there for Marcel Rosetto to take a look. But he decided against it, so now 1-2. Runner goes, the pitch, a breaking ball, and it's lined into left field. A long run over for Kiefman, he's not going to get there. This one goes all the way to the wall. Getting the wave around third is Kirsch. He is going to score without a throw. An RBI double for Prychak, his second RBI of the game, and it's a 7-4 ball game here in the third. And a slugfest has broken out here in Okotoks. And that's going to bring a meeting out on the mound. Has to be frustrating for Forno as he's had the last 2 batters to 2 strikes. And they've each been able to get hits and extend this inning and drive runs in. So now a discussion on what to do with Almonte, who struck out looking to end the first inning. That's got to be comforting when it's a team meeting on the mound and you have Ricky Sanchez, who is one of the best shortstops in all of college baseball this last season. Nash Kroll, who has seen so much in this organization and in this league. Eric Matchey, who has been so sure-handed over at third. And Stalker, playing up the middle at second base, has been very good for the Dogs this season. But so much experience and so much talent on this infield. You have to feel pretty good about it if you're Forno. Runner at second, 2 away. 7-4 ball game. It's Almonte at the plate. First pitch. Slides in for a strike, 0-1. Looks in, checks the runner back at second. Breaking ball, Almonte fouled that off, and that got every bit of his foot. So Almonte is going to be able to take a second, as that had to have stung. But I don't even think he grimaced. He's just up there ready to swing here at 0-2. Forno's had a couple of batters get to 2 strikes. Now looking to put this one away. The pitch. Fastball just a bit outside, and it's 1-2. Another 2-strike pitch from Forno. And that one missed outside. It's 2-2. And the Energy City bench starting to razz the Dogs pitcher a little bit. So the count even at 2-2 once again. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Able to battle back and get the strikeout. Almonte goes down chasing, but not before. Energy City gets 2 back. Dogs looking to add some insurance to a 7.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create. For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Yo, that's the one. Yeah, going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
Dawgs fans, let's get a go Dawgs, go chant going. Are we ready? Go.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Dawgs Academy alumni out of Tennessee Tech, designated hitter, number 10, Connor Croson.
So it'll be Croson, Stalker, and then back to the top of the order in Sanchez as the Dawgs begin the third inning here in Okotoks. Bajuin out on the mound at 60 pitches. Croson swings through that one, and Kirsch absolutely wore that. I don't know if it was a bit of a distraction or a bit of a mix-up on the calls, but that one drilled the catcher back there. He's all right and appears to be laughing it off. But my word. Pitch misses inside, 1-1. Croson waits on the breaking pitch and pops it up. Shallow right field, long run in for Burnett. He slides and got it. Croson just getting under that one out to right field. A good running play there from Burnett, who couldn't track down the Croson double to right in his last at bat, but makes a nice play there for the first out. So now it's Emmett Stalker, an RBI double in the second inning. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Stalker hit .297 with Lynn Benton this season. 24 games, he had 7 walks and 4 runs batted in. And he lines this ball up the middle and through for a base hit. The Dawgs' number 9 hitter Stalker, 2 for 2 in the ball game, and it's back to the top of the order with a runner on for Sanchez. Sanchez 1 for 2 in the ball game with an RBI single. And if you're the Dawgs, you have to love that your leadoff hitter is batting for the third time in the third inning. Stalker definitely can run over at first base. 8 steals in 19 games. Energy City, well aware. Pickoff attempt, diving back in as Stalker. He closed the season with 3 steals in his last 4 games. And that pickoff attempt hit him. And he has to shake that one out. I think it caught him. He does have an elbow guard on, but I think it caught him on the elbow. In the absolutely not funny bone. He shakes his arm out, hopes the ants will get away at some point. And the at-bat will begin now for Ricky Sanchez. Or it won't. Diving back in is Stalker once again. Energy City just got a couple back. Dawgs Academy alum Kingston Bajuin would love to keep it at 7-4. That breaking pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Bajuin pitched for Team Alberta at the 2024 Canada Cup in Fort McMurray. Has a fastball, slider, and a changeup. The 0-1. Sanchez flares this one out to right. Burnett going back on it, still going back, leaps, and he makes the catch. Heading back to first is Stalker. A nice catch on that line drive from Burnett, and there's 2 down. So again, I say, it feels like these balls are just carrying out there tonight. So it looked like that one was basically right at Burnett, and then it just kept going and going. So now it's Cal Gates, 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 runs scored. Also stole a bag. Big lead for Stalker. He has to dive back. Holding him at first is Clark. Again, not in the traditional foot on the bag, stick your glove out way. That pitch misses. He's a couple of steps away from the base, actually. So in a better spot to field, especially against the lefty Gates. But you're still in a spot where you can catch the ball, turn around, and tag him. It's just in a bit of a different fielding spot. Stalker running, the pitch outside, the throw to second is in time. A caught stealing, an excellent throw from Kirsch brings the 3rd inning to a close. The Dogs get a hit, nothing more. We go to the 4th here in Okotoks. Home side up 7-4 on Flow College.
And a special welcome to those joining us on a patio tonight. We have Pablo Forno and his crew down in the GM Mechanical Field Level Suite. And some Dawgs staff alumni, Adam, Callum, and the rest of their crew in the Big Sky Barbecue Box. It's not too late to book a patio for playoffs and experience the game in style. Call or visit Dawgs ticket office to book now. And the 4th inning presented by Naughty Grape, the exclusive wine supplier of the Dogs.
Anywhere, as long as you ain't short on time. I've been down every one in this town at least a couple thousand times. They can get these 4 wheels from A to B, but they can't take me where you take me. You're the best thing since back roads, baby. Pedal to the metal with the windows down. Sunshine setting on a cross that saved me, hanging from a rear view of red dirt clouds. Too late, heaven's one hell of a view, but it ain't got nothing on you. Driving this good old country boy crazy.
Top of the 4th in Okotoks. It is the Dogs 7, Energy City 4. Peter Klein with you here. Game 1 of the WCBL West semifinal between the Dogs and Energy City. Bit of a slugfest so far with Seth Clark coming to the plate, followed by Nakajima, and then back to the top of the order in Simmons. As Brody Forno toes the rubber. First pitch breaking ball hit him. Second hit by a pitch of the ball game from Forno. And Clark is aboard, 1 pitch into inning number 4. And that'll bring up Sanosuke Nakajima as Forno here in the 4th inning up to 63 pitches. Nakajima struck out in the 2nd inning. Forno checks the runner at first, comes home. First pitch, fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Those seem to be the most effective against Nakajima in his first at bat. And a conversation required. Looked like a manager or coach not where they needed to be, so back into the dugout they go. The 0-1 from Forno. In for a strike, and it's 0-2. Of course, it's been a phenomenal year baseball-wise here in Okotoks, hosting the Road to Okotoks in the Morneau Cup that Dawgs Black ended up winning. Now kicking things off here in the playoffs, the 0-2, Nakajima fouls it away. And when you think of prospects up close to the big leagues, Eric Hartman, recently promoted to Double-A, the 6th youngest in MLB history to have a 2040 season in minor league baseball. Having a spectacular season in the Braves system. As Nakajima got a piece of that, Wróblewski dives and couldn't quite get it. So the count stays at 0-2. Also, recently, Louis-Charles LaRouche committing to the University of Portland. He had a monster start to the road to Okotoks for Dawgs Black. And A.J. Rogers, who was the ace for that club and has pitched for this Dawgs team, signing as an undrafted free agent with the San Diego Padres. So it's been a lot to celebrate here in Okotoks, and they're hoping they can close it out with a title. As that pitch just missed, it's 1-2. You think of all the great stories across baseball here this year, focusing on the WCBL, the records broken with Jake Hiramoto, home runs and RBIs, Moose Jaw having their spectacular season. As Nakajima chops that one foul. Again, a interesting season for Energy City given the stadium situation, but now for a team that's basically been doing a barnstorming tour since May, for them to be in the playoffs now is something that they should be very proud of. So just awesome stories all around, and it's been just a pleasure to be a small part of those telling the story out here in Okotoks this year. The 1-2 to Nakajima just missed, and it's 2-2. Again, Nakajima struck out in the second inning, looking to keep the line moving here as he keeps this at bat alive with the foul ball over on the left side. There is some activity down in the Dawgs bullpen now. And this is something we talked about. Forno is up to 70 pitches. Energy City has made them work. They would love to be able to get into the bullpen in the 4th inning of Game 1. The 2-2, punch to third. Nice snag by Matchy. Through to second for one. Back to first, and it gets away. Backing up the play is Wróblewski, so Nakajima will stay at first on the fielder's choice at second. It was going to be a tough play as the ball was ripped at Matchy. He made a great play just to snag it and then had to rifle it to second. Stalker had to fire it to first, and it skipped away from Kroll. So I believe that'll just be a fielder's choice for Nakajima, but either way, it gets things back to the top of the order in Simmons. Simmons homered in his first at bat, kicking off the playoffs in style. And then was hit by a pitch in the second, caught stealing to end the inning. Third time facing Forno, he pops it up over the right side. Gates comes in on it and makes the play for out number 2. So Simmons, hit by the first pitch in the second inning, now hits the first pitch in the 4th. Not seeing a whole lot from the Dawgs starter in his last 2 plate appearances. And there's 2 down for Mann. So now it's Carter Mann who singled and scored in the first inning and then flew out to center field in the 3rd. Nakajima with the lead over at first. He'll dive back in. Looked like he was leaning back toward the bag anyway, so maybe not necessarily the threat to run. 1 steal on the season. That came back on July 9th against Lethbridge. Mann lines this ball to center field. Kaufman going back on it, and it's over his head and off the wall. Nakajima getting the wave around third. Kaufman's throw is cut off. Sanchez can't get a hold of it in center field. It's an RBI double for Carter Mann, and Energy City refuses to go away. It's 7-5. Pitch up in the zone to Mann, and he laced that ball. And it just kept carrying over the head of Kaufman. And another conversation out on the mound. Last time it was a full team meeting. This one, just a... Right now it looks like a fairly one-sided conversation, but just 3 out there. So the RBI double for Mann. He has 2 hits. And now it's Ikeda who has 2 hits in the ball game himself. A single in the first, he was stranded at second. And then a single in the third, he stole second and came around to score. Out of the Fukui University of Technology. Forno comes set. First pitch, a breaking ball, just missed, 1-0. Comfortable throwing that pitch in all situations. As the activity down in the Dawgs bullpen continues, can't really tell who it is from here. Can only tell it's a righty warming up, which doesn't necessarily limit it. That one in for a strike, 1-1. Energy City with runs in the first, third, and fourth. Hanging with this Dawgs side here in game 1. The 1-1. In for a strike, 1-2. And Ikeda wanting a little bit more clarification as to where exactly in the zone that one hit. As he's behind here in the count now at 1-2. Forno looking for strikeout number 6. Looking to get the Dawgs back to the plate, but a tough one to strike out in Ikeda. The 1-2. Nice snag by Rubleski behind home plate, and it's 2-2. We have talked about that all season long, how effective the Dawgs catchers are back behind that plate. We've talked about the athleticism that this organization looks at in that position. Certainly have that in Rubleski with a great play back there. He'd like to not have to worry about it this time at 2-2. Runner goes, the pitch a breaking ball, and it is ripped toward the Energy City dugout, foul. 2-2. Still. Bottom of the fourth now in Moose Jaw, still 8-6 Medicine Hat in their playoff game. Sylvan Lake has taken a 3-1 lead over Lethbridge in the bottom of the 5th inning there. And Regina up 3-1 on Saskatoon in the bottom of the 6th. On day 1 of the WCBL playoffs. The 2-2 breaking ball right over top of the dome of Ikeda, and the count is full at 3-2. So this has been an Energy City calling card today. Another batter getting to 2 strikes, and another one who's fouling pitches off, staying patient and working back into the count. Now it's full. Siemens Stadium getting behind Forno. The 3-2 fouled away, and we'll do it again. This one well foul over on the first base side. That one gonna land. Hopefully everyone's all right. That was right around where the catcher would be, although the way it bounced, I think it might have hit the sidewalk that's down there between the stands and the field house. So now pitch number 82 from Forno. His season high was 88. The 3-2. Skipped in ball 4. The throw to third. In time to get him. A huge play from Rubleski, and Machi ends the 4th inning. Energy City does get one back, but the rally shut down with some great defense from the Dawgs. We go to the bottom of the 4th in Okotoks. Dawgs up 7-5 on Flow College.
Of the playoffs. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. We've got a Leopold's gift card if you can. 3 shots, 3 chances. All you got to do is sink one of those balls into our Leopold's pint. Are you ready? Fans, who thinks he can do it? Okay. Are you ready for the first one? Let's go. Oh, it's all good. Throw number 2. Do you want to go for 3? You've already got it, let's see it. But you won yourself a Leopold's gift card. All I need now is a big go, Dogs, go.
Go, Dogs, go! Hey, so please come join me. One thing, good vibes only. I just have to kid. I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks, got booze. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going.
Dogs fans, be sure to purchase your 50/50 tickets from one of our Academy players in the stands and on the concourse.
It's been a crazy one so far, and it heads to the bottom of the 4th inning here in Okotoks. Dogs with a 7-5 lead over Energy City. It'll be Gates, Matchy, and Kievman up for the Dogs here in the 4th. As a 2-0 deficit turned into a 7-2 lead is now down to 2. 7-5 here in the 4th. In a game 1 that's had a little bit of everything. Gates takes that pitch for a ball, 1-0. Gates, a couple of doubles. He was up when Stalker was caught stealing to end the 3rd. Takes that one low, 2-0. Had mentioned before there was some activity behind Bajuin in the bullpen. That has sat down. There's nothing happening down. That means someone just walked through an open door down there. But aside from that, nothing is happening. The 2-0, Gates pulls it to the right side, and he's 3 for 3. What a start to the postseason for the Hoosier as he leads off the 4th with a single. So now it is Eric Matchy, who just put on a very good tag last inning. He has 2 RBIs so far. He flew out to left field in the 2nd that brought in a run. And an RBI double in the 1st got the Dogs on the board. Now Gates with an aggressive lead at 1st. The throw back almost got him. Very good tag applied by Clark. But Gates able to get back. Was 3rd in the WCBL in steals, was 1st on the team. And had more steals than any player in the WCBL, did not from Moose Jaw. Gates is running. The pitch, a breaking ball. The throw to second base, and it's into center field. Gates will make his way to 3rd, and the Dogs have an insurance marker just 90 feet away, thanks to the speed of their right fielder. Picked an absolutely perfect pitch to run on. It was a breaking ball inside, so Kirsch had to reach for it, get into his throwing motion. Still made a pretty good throw down there, but it ended up a little bit ahead of Carter Mann. They are going to give the error to Kirsch. So now the 1-0 to Matchy. And he laces his ball out to left field. This one is carrying back, and it's off the wall. And it skips away from Prychak. In to score is Gates. Matchy stands up at 2nd with his 2nd RBI double of the day. And the Dogs extend the lead to 8-5. This kid is on some kind of a tear right now. Just hitting it all over the yard, and that one stung to left for an RBI double. So now Jordan Kievman comes up to the plate. Kievman, the only Dog to not reach base today, as he struck out twice. So not too bad of a day when your team leader in RBIs and tied for the lead in home runs doesn't have a hit. And you've put up 8 in 4 innings on 11 hits. Kievman takes there. It's 2-0. I think just 1-0, actually. Sorry. Matchy doing some tap dancing at 2nd. Pitch misses outside, 2-0. Kievman with a redshirt year at Wright State. Their team's season ended in a walk-off loss against Milwaukee, but they won their 8th straight Horizon League regular season title. And he has been everything the Dogs would have wanted this year. Takes that pitch outside, 3-0. Keeping hitting .394, 9 home runs, 46 RBI, a .440 on-base percentage. Also pitched in 5 games. And now looking to add more insurance up on the board against an Energy City team that refuses to go away. The 3-0. Swing and a miss at the high heat. It's 3-1. Well, that is the greenest of green lights, or about as aggressive as you'll see someone going through a red light, and it's 3-1. And he tattoos this ball high and deep to right field, way back and gone. Well, he was the only dog that hadn't reached base, so he figured he'd touch them all. A mammoth home run to right field. The Dogs have 10, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. About as far a home run as you will see. Jordan Kievman putting a charge into that and giving Siemens Stadium another spark here today. Kroll takes that one inside, 1-0. Nash has certainly done that a time or two this season with and his career with monster home runs. An RBI triple for Nash in the 2nd inning. Walked in the 1st. And now he laces this ball to left field. It's going back at the wall. The catch is made by Prychek. Chased that one down and hauled it in for a long, loud first out. Should be noted, Prychek, after a couple of balls got over his head, he basically has his heels on the warning track. So not exactly no doubles, as Matchy was able to get one over on that left field side, but that's just because he was able to pull it away from where Prychek was. But that is about as deep as you will see an outfielder play. In part because there isn't much room for him to go deeper. Now Wróblewski takes the ball, 1-0. The 1-0 to the Gonzaga Bulldog is in for a strike, 1-1. Rubo goes down and gets this one. Foul territory, catch made by Clark. Right in front of the wall, he's able to track it down, and there's 2 away. So now with 2 away, Kaufman will watch as that one skips in. 1-0. Kaufman was hit by a pitch, stole second, and scored in the 2nd inning, and then also popped out to the catcher in the 2nd inning. Now back up again here in the 4th. Dogs put up 6 that inning. They have 3 so far here. And Kingston Bajuan is getting ready to throw his 85th pitch. It's in for a strike at 1-1. Dawgs with 10 runs on 12 hits. Energy City 5 on 8. And Kaufman fouled that one off of his foot, and that looked like it sucked. So the center fielder out of the University of Portland will take a walk. Sometimes you're hoping to get the feeling back in a certain area. This time he's kind of hoping for the feeling to go away. Another veteran move from Marcelo Rosetto. Heads out there to kill some time, get the ball to Bajuan, who is now ready with the 1-2. Kaufman standing in. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. But not before the Dawgs get 3 more, thanks to a mammoth home run from Jordan Kievman. It's 10-5 as we go to the 5th. Playoff baseball continues on Flow College next.
Yeah, that's good energy. I love this section because it's brought to us by Freddy's Custard and Steak Burgers in every single home game.
This summer, celebrate 20 years of Dawgs baseball at legendary Seaman Stadium, voted the best ballpark in summer collegiate baseball. From the crack of the bat to the energy of the crowd, there's nothing like a night with the Okotoks Dawgs. Bring the whole family for affordable, family-friendly entertainment, unforgettable moments, and some of the best baseball talent in the country. 20 years, one incredible tradition. Your summer starts with the Okotoks Dawgs. Get your tickets now and be part of the legacy.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
Is the new pitcher into the ball game for the Dawgs as we start the...
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Born in Montreal, Labonte in for Forno. 3 games this year for the University of Portland righty. No decisions, also no earned runs allowed. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and nary a walk. Coming off of a spectacular freshman season at a place that is becoming a bit of a pipeline for the Dawgs, the University of Portland. That pitch misses to Burnett, who is 0 for 2 in the ballgame. A strikeout in the first and a flyout in the 3rd inning. Burnett out of Concordia University, born in Poway, California, taking on Montreal's Labonte, who challenges him with a fastball, and it's 1-1. Fastball will get between 90 and 92. He also has a slider, a cutter, and a changeup. Used in relief here with the Dawgs. He was a starter for Portland this year. 13 starts and 14 appearances. 3-2 with a 2.82 ERA. 73 in a third innings pitched. 58 strikeouts. And Burnett flies this ball to right. Gates going back in front of the track. He'll make the catch, and there's one away. Labonte was a semifinalist for College Baseball Hall of Fame 2026 National Pitcher of the Year. He was twice named the West Coast Conference Freshman of the Week and named a midseason freshman All-American by Perfect Game. And on the bio that they have on the team website at the University of Portland, not the Dawgs one, the bio for the University of Portland site, he credits the Dawgs Academy for his work ethic. So he comes through the Dawgs system, pitched a couple of games over 2 seasons with the Dawgs, and now gets a chopper to the right side. Play made by Stalker, throw to first in time, 2 away. And that is the benefit of having played here all season long. This can be a bit of a bouncy infield at times. Stalker recognizing that, and you know as well, on a high hop like that, the second one's going to have a bit of a shoot to it. Stayed back on it, made the play, and able to get the out. And so quickly, there's 2 away, and the batter is Prychek. Single and a double for Prychek, both of them bringing runs in. There's only one way he could do that now with the long ball. He had 8 of those with the Wayne State Wildcats this season. None in 10 games with Energy City. He takes that one outside, 2-0. Another one who came in mid-season and basically jumped right on the treadmill running. He reached base in 9 of 10 games that he played this year. And now 1 for 1 in the playoffs, fouling that one back. Obviously reaching base twice in this game, so 2 for 2, but 1 for 1 in games that he's reached base. The 2-1, he pops it up over to the left side. And that one will get out of play. Prychek, born in Saskatoon, graduated Holy Cross High School, which, as someone from Assiniboia who had many a basketball we'll call it battle with that school. Admittedly, seeing that gave me a bit of a but obviously coming through it very, very effectively. And that's more, that's a me thing, not a you guys thing. Has been, like I said, excellent so far. Rolls this one to second base. Stalker has it, and it's a nice, tidy 1-2-3 for Labonte and the Dawgs in the 5th. We go to the home half in Siemens Stadium. Okotoks looking to add to a 10-5 lead when we come back on Flow College.
Fans, we've got a couple of Tom's House of Pizzas wandering through Siemens Stadium. And they're available to any of the hungriest and loudest fans in the sections. Do you have any hungry fans over here? Now remember, it tastes better when you share with your section, right?
Dawgs fans looking for a fortunate night? Get your tickets now for the 2026 Dawgs CCR Tribute Concert with performances by Amelia Paquette, Girl Crush, and a CCR tribute band. The band performing is the top CCR tribute band in Canada. You won't want to miss it. Now pitching for the Energy City Cactus Rats, number 24, Dave Stewart. Tennessee Tech designated hitter, number 10, Connor Croson.
8-9-1 for the Dogs here in the fifth. It is Connor Croson getting things started against Dave Stewart, the lefty side armor for Energy City. Croson takes outside 1-0. Stewart, 3 games this season, no decisions, a 2.70 ERA, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 6 walks, and he hit a couple of batters. This is the first viewing for the Dogs of the side armor. That one in for a strike, 1-1. Hopefully you have picked up by now. I like to have a little bit of extra information on these guys. To get most of it, you just type in the player's name and then baseball, and a lot comes up. A lot comes up when you Google Dave Stewart baseball. And while I am certain that this young man has had a decorated career up to this point, it doesn't necessarily match that of the guy who started Game 6 of the '93 World Series for the Blue Jays just yet. So don't have all the information as I normally would like to have on this pitcher, but he is working very well here against Croson. That one missing outside, 2-2. Stewart's last game action, this Dave Stewart, was an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, no earned runs, no runs at all actually. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and a hit batter against Lethbridge back on the 31st. Croson, an emergency swing, fouls that one into the netting over the Dogs' dugout. And the count remains 2-2. Croson, last year's most outstanding Canadian in the WCBL, may have topped himself this year, hitting .400. And he'll foul this one, and that will get out of play. So we stay at 2-2. The lefty comes set in the pitch. Missed outside, and the count is full at 3-2. And it's a walk. So Croson aboard for the second time today after an RBI double in the second. And that'll bring Stalker to the plate. Stalker has reached base twice. He had an RBI double in the second, and a single in the third, was caught stealing at third to end the inning. Breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. Takes another one in there, and it's quickly 0-2. Stalker, a pair of home runs this season, one of them coming against Brooks back on June 15th. The other was July 11th against Weyburn. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball gets past him. 4th time a Dog's been struck out today, and there's one down for Sanchez.
Dawgs Academy alumni out of Gonzaga, shortstop, number 8, Ricky Sanchez.
Sanchez 1 for 3 in the ball game, coming up here for the 4th time in the 5th inning. Has Croson over at first. Sanchez takes that one for a strike. It's 0-1. So many times we've seen the reverse of this situation with Sanchez on and Croson at the plate. Now Ricardo looking to match what Crowson has done so many times and drive him in, but he flares this one out to right. Burnett stumbles in the outfield, and the ball will drop in for a hit. Crowson had to hold up just to make sure it wasn't caught, and he gets into second. It is a bloop single for Sanchez, and the Dogs have 2 on with 1 down here in the 5th. So now it is Cal Gates. Gates has reached base 3 times today, 2 doubles and a single. He has 2 steals and has scored 3 times. Lefty versus lefty matchup. And he takes that one outside, 1-0. Gates, numerous awards, some records as a high schooler in Indiana. And then his first career home run with the Hoosiers when he got to university was a grand slam. Pitch in for a strike, it's 1-1. 3-time first team all Hoosier Hills selection. Was named the number 4 outfield prospect in the state of Indiana. Also 2-time all Hoosier in football. As that one hit the front of the awning, ricocheted back onto the dugout of Energy City and ends up in the lap of a fan. All in a couple of heartbeats. So now the count 1-2. Pitch misses inside. Gates turns away from it, and the count's even at 2-2. Gates with an excellent eye up at the plate. 3rd in the WCBL in on-base percentage, right at .500 for the regular year. 23 walks to just 13 strikeouts. The 2-2, nice pitch, and a good take from Gates at 3-2. One of those, either a fantastic eye or fooled entirely, but either way, Gates, we will give him the benefit of the doubt in just saying a good take. Again, 500 OBP, you earned that benefit of the doubt. We'll see. Runners don't go. The 3-2 hit him. Gates not overly enthused at that result. And he'll make his way to first base, and they're loaded for Matchy. Matchy has driven in a run in each of his 3 appearances at the plate tonight. An RBI double in the first, an RBI sac fly in the second, and an RBI double in the fourth. Came around to score in the fourth as well. He has been hitting the ball hard all night, but now facing Stewart for the first time. Takes that one, it trickles away. 1-0. And some activity now starting, at least some people heading down now to the Energy City bullpen. Matchy lifts this ball out to right field. Going back on it is Burnett. Still going back, and it's over his head and off the wall. In to score is Crowson. Right behind him is Sanchez. The stop sign put up for Gates. A 2-run double for Matchy, and it's 12-5 Dogs. Told you he's been hitting it all over the yard. Now that includes to right field. His 3rd RBI double of the day, and it's 12-5. So now it's Kievman. Fresh off of a monster home run in his last at bat. Now lefty versus lefty, takes that one inside, 1-0. Obviously, that was Kievman's first home run of the postseason after 9 during the year. And he pulls this one to the right side. Nice snag at second by Nakajima. The throw to first in time. A run scores, but a fantastic defensive play by Nakajima over at second base, keeping it to just one run in. But it is a 13-5 lead now for the Dawgs with 2 away. So another RBI for Kievman, give him 3 on the day. Matchy did advance to third on the play. And now it's Nash Kroll. Kroll walked in the first, an RBI triple in the third, and then a fly out to left. As a runner at third with 2 down. Takes that pitch outside, 1-0. Kroll went 0 for 4 in the game on Wednesday with a run scored, and again also pitching a third of an inning. Takes the pitch inside for a strike, 1-1. Kroll ended July in style on the 30th. He hit 2 home runs and 8 RBI. 1 off of his season high in both, as he had 3 and 9 against Brooks in June. And he tattoos this ball deep left field to the running track at the wall, and that ball is gone. The first postseason Nash bash, and the Dawgs put on 2 more, and they have a 10-run lead in Game 1. As he threatens the ribbon board out in left field. So now it is Jake Wróblewski. Last inning he was a couple times ago, he was the only dog that one of the only dogs that hadn't reached base. Now he's the only dog tonight who hasn't crossed home plate. He's the one who's seen it the most as the catcher. But everyone else has come around to score at least once for the Dawgs today, as they have a 15-5 lead. The 1-0, now 2-0. Wróblewski singled in the second, stole second base, and then got to third on the throw. That made it into center field, and it was stuck there. The 2-0 misses outside, 3-0. The Dawgs catcher well ahead in the count here. And he does what he always does on called strikes, and takes 2 steps across the bag into the other dugout, or into the other on deck. The other batter's box. That's the word I'm looking for. So now 3-1. And he pops him up. Into the outfield. Burnett comes in on it. Makes the catch and ends the inning, but not before. A Nash bash is an exclamation point on a 5-run inning. The Dawgs up 10 in Game 1 on Flow College.
You have an offer in your account. Make sure to secure your 2027 season tickets before it's too late.
Feel like I've been running since the day that I was born.
So it is the 6th inning now here in Okotoks. Peter Klein back with you. Hard hit ball to the right side, sliding play by Kroll, and he'll take it himself. One pitch, one out, as Monte gets Almonte for out number 1. It's another inning of work for Labonte. He has gone 2 innings before this season. He pitched in a couple of innings against Sylvan Lake, giving up 2 hits and a strikeout. 27 pitches in that one. Pitch up and in, 1-0 to Clark, who is 0 for 1 in the ball game and was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Followed by Nakajima, and then if either of them get on, it's back to the top of the order. The 1-0, breaking ball, fouled back, 1-1. Looked like the slider there. This the 3rd year that Labonte has gotten into game action for the Dogs. 2024, he pitched in 1 game as a reliever. 25, he pitched in 1 game as a starter. And now pitching in his 4th game this year, after 3 in the regular season. That pitch misses high and tight, 2-1. Clark was almost impossible for the Dogs to get out in the game on Wednesday. He was 0 for 1, so not all the way impossible, but 3 walks. That pitch in for a strike, 2-2. Games against the Dogs is all that Clark has known this year in the WCBL. Played in 2 regular season games, both against Okotoks, and now this one here in the playoffs. The 2-2. Misses inside, and the count runs full. Clark went 1 for 4 in the game on the 4th with 3 strikeouts against Okotoks, and then, as mentioned before, 0 for 1 on Wednesday with 3 walks. Count is full here. The 3-2. And that one hit the bat. Or did it hit his hands? That sounded like it hit bat, but they're going to say that hit hand first, I guess. From up here, it sounded like it hit the bat, but there isn't much of an argument coming from the Dawgs side, as it is tough to say, no, that pitch that was heading right for his head actually hit the bat first. So now it is Nakajima. So 2nd time Clark's been hit today. And he is on with 1 away. Nakajima was able to reach on a fielder's choice in his last at bat. Labonte goes right at him with a fastball. It's 0-1. Six games for Sanosuke Nakajima as a hitter, 4 as a pitcher this year. Chops that one foul, and it's 0-2. A couple long at-bats for him. Struck out with a full count back in the 2nd inning. And then the at-bat where he had the fielder's choice was just foul ball after foul ball. So some pretty good plate coverage from the Cactus Rats' 2nd baseman. Now looking to get on with some power at the top of the order. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Some absolute gas from Labonte, and there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order now, David Simmons coming up to the plate. First strikeout of the ballgame for Labonte after 5 from Forno. First pitch misses, 1-0. Simmons led the Cloud County Thunderbirds in slugging percentage this year. 22 games, hit .387 with 3 home runs. Takes that one outside 2-0. He also won this year's home run derby at the WCBL All-Star game out in Saskatoon. Or All-Star weekend, I should say, out in Saskatoon. And turned the postseason into his own home run derby in the first. Well ahead of Labonte here at 2-0. He was loaded up on that one and popped it up. Kroll trying to find it. He's got it. And the inning comes to a close. So a base runner, nothing more for Energy City. To the home half of the sixth we go here in Okotoks. Dawgs up by 10 on Flow College.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
And don't forget, Dawgs fans, it's your last chance to get your 50-50 tickets.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Dawgs Academy.
7, 8, 9 for the Dawgs here in the 6th inning. Okotoks up by 10 in game 1 of this best of 3 West semifinal. Last time that Kaufman led off an inning, it was the second. He got to hit again in that inning because the Dawgs put up 6 runs. It's a new pitcher into the ballgame, as you can tell from it being neither a lefty nor a sidearmer, as Lincoln Brown is out there to pitch. Got into 2 games in the regular season, no decisions, an ERA of 10.38, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 6 hits, and 5 walks. Gets Kaufman to chop this one foul after it took a bit of a hop away from Kirsch. So the count now 0-2. Kaufman was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, which apparently the Dawgs did not take kindly to, as they piled on that inning with 6 runs. One of them being Kaufman, who stole second and then came around to score. Facing Brown, who pitched in the Road to Okotoks qualifiers. That one skipping away, 1-2. According to Brown's Twitter, a 4-pitch mix with a fastball between 81 and 83. He's ahead of Kaufman here at 1-2. Pitch misses up and in, it's 2-2. Brown has faced the Dawgs this season back on Tuesday. Went an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, couple of strikeouts, and 2 walks. The 2-2, and it's full. Connor Croson waiting on deck. This 3-game series that involves no travel this time around. Tomorrow will technically be an Energy City home game. It will be here at Siemens Stadium. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a strikeout to start the inning from Brown, and there's one down for Croson. The Okotokian with an RBI double and a run scored in the second. Walked and scored in the fifth. Those two bookending a fly out to right field that came in the third. He's up here with nobody on. Takes that pitch on the inside part of the plate for a strike, 0-1. Lifted his arms up as if to say, oh, no, that one's well inside. I need to get out of the way. And then when it was called strike, just kind of kept him there. It's like, oh, no, how I was taking this, just stretching him out a little bit. Breaking ball misses up. That one's a ball, 1-1. Rolled over to third. Nice play by Simmons. Throw over to first, well in time, and there's two down. And that'll bring Stalker to the plate. Struck out in the fifth, his first time not making it at least into scoring position. Had an RBI double in the second, and then singled, got to second before being thrown out stealing in the third. First pitch ball, 1-0. Brown's other outing, aside from against the Dawgs, was 2 2/3 innings against Lethbridge, and he watches as that ball goes into right field for a hit. Third base hit of the ball game for Stalker, and he'll turn the lineup over with two down here in the sixth for Sanchez.
Dawgs Academy alumni out of Gonzaga, the shortstop, number 8, Ricky Sanchez.
The man of 9 positions on the field yesterday is up at the plate again for the 5th time here in the 6th. Callum Haney did the same thing out in Lethbridge last night, or on Wednesday night. Such a fun night here in Okotoks, and the Dawgs having a bit of fun tonight, up by 10. Pickoff attempt over at first base, diving back in as Stalker. Mentioned before, 8 steals on the season. He only got into a handful of games and had 3 steals in his last 4 games in the regular year. Facing Sanchez, who now, obviously including the regular season, has a 6-game hit streak, and he'll foul that one aside. Going back to the middle of July, mentioned before, the batting average was quite a bit lower than we're used to seeing from Sanchez. There was a little bit more focus on trying to drive the ball and things of that nature. He has absolutely turned it on from that point. He hit close to 400 since July 15th with a home run and 11 runs batted in, 9 walks to just 3 strikeouts. Takes that one in the dirt. Stalker is off and running, and he's not going to have anything to deal with as he will make it there without a throw. So the count now 1-2 to Sanchez. With a runner in scoring position now. The pitch. Tracked it well, low and away, and fouled it off to keep the at-bat alive. Hit .368 in the postseason last year. Takes someone outside, 2-2. The last championship year for the Dawgs in 2024, Sanchez played 9 games, hit .406. 5 of his 13 hits were for extra bases. He had 10 runs batted in. A big part of that championship win. Finished off a series against Lethbridge with a walk-off bunt. The 2-2. Taken outside and the count's full. This year with Gonzaga, all WCC second team, 51 games played, a .363 average with 4 home runs, 34 RBI, and a .466 on-base percentage. One of those home runs for the Zags, a grand slam. Full count pitch, hit back up the middle. Ranging over to get it is Nakajima. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So the Dawgs get a runner on, nothing more. To the 7th we go here in Okotoks. Dawgs up by 10 in Game 1 on Flow College.
And the 6th inning was brought to you by Superior Propane. Pitching for your Dawgs out of North Central Community College, number 47, Wyatt Chandler. And this pitching change brought to you by Play Alberta.
New pitcher into the ballgame for the Dawgs. It is Calgary's Wyatt Sadlier. Made 20 appearances in the regular season, went 1-1 with a 3.91 ERA. 25 1/3 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts to 15 walks, and allowed 17 hits. Played with North Central Community College Lions this season, getting into 13 games, but almost as important, in 2025, played for the team that was my absolute favorite that I came across in my prep this season. In 2025, Sadlier pitched for the Dodge City Conquistadors. 16 games there, 5 starts, a 2-1 record. This most recent year with the Lions got 1 start, 2-2 with 17 strikeouts and 16 2/3 and an ERA of 10.26. But he has been so reliable for the Dawgs this season. That pitch missing outside, 1-0. And now this ball is ripped into right center field. That one's going to get down for extra bases. Stumbling around first is Mann. He'll cruise into second with his second double in as many at-bats. And that is how inning number 7 starts, with a rocket of a double for Mann. So the top of the order getting it done tonight. Now it's Hikaru Akita, who has reached base all 3 times. But you look at the top third of this order, Simmons with a home run to start the ball game. Mann singled and scored in the first. Ikeda singled. He scored also in the third inning on a single. Mann doubled in the fourth. So this top third has been everything that Energy City would have wanted. That one in for a strike, 0-1. And I mean, 5 runs in the first half of the ball game. Feel pretty good about what the offense is doing. It's just that the other side has had an absolute onslaught today. The 0-1 to Ikeda. Pulled foul, 0-2. Other scores from around the playoffs tonight. Saskatoon scoring 2 runs in the 7th, 4 in the 8th to come from behind to beat the defending champs 7-3 in game 1 of their series. As Sadlier comes set, checks the runner back at second. The 0-2. High fly ball out towards center field. A long run in for Kaufman and out for Stalker, and that one will drop in. Stalker says he got it. Dogs are saying that was a catch, and now breaking for home is Mann. He has to get back. Everyone in a white jersey is saying that that was a catch. The guy whose opinion matters is the one in the black jersey. He's saying it dropped in. A bloop double for Ikeda. And now Energy City has runners at second and third. And Lou Pote is going to want an explanation. And to his credit, Cody Nelson is going to go over to meet him. A difficult angle. And now there's going to be a whole meet. I am not, in no way am I saying that Stalker is a liar or that the Dogs are selling this. I have no idea how any of the umpires would have had a better view to overturn something like this. Lengthy conversation continues. While they're doing that, running through the rest of the scores, it is Sylvan Lake up 8-2 on Lethbridge as they play in the bottom of the 8th in Gulls Stadium. Also in the bottom of the 8th in another slugfest at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. The Miller Express are up 10-9 on Medicine Hat. Moose Jaw scored 6 in the first. Medicine Hat scored 8 in the second. Moose Jaw countered with 1 in the fourth and now 3 in the 7th. So they're up 10-9 and back up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. Out here, you may have saw, they did rule that one a hit. That was going to be a tough one to argue either way. So now it is Carson Burnett with nobody out and 2 in scoring position for Energy City. It is a 10-run ball game, but this is a Cactus Rats team that has refused to go away all season. First pitch a strike, 0-1. Either way, don't want it to get lost. A phenomenal effort out in shallow center field from Stalker. But now it's a bit of a jam here for Sadlier. The 0-1, a big swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Burnett playing with the Concordia Bulldogs this year. Hit .293 with a .448 on base percentage, 6 home runs and 38 RBI. He had 2 home runs in the GPAC tournament and was an honorable mention for all Great Plains Athletic Conference. Carried it over with some pretty good pop this season for Energy City. 6 home runs, really finishing the season strong. Behind in the count here, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sadlier goes right at him and gets a big first out with the strikeout. 7th K by Dawgs pitching today. And there's 1 down for Kirsch. Kirsch 1 for 3 in the ball game, an RBI single, and he would later score in the third inning. Bookending that was a strikeout in the first and a ground out to second in the fifth. Just plain filthy breaking ball from Sadlier, and it's 0-1. You're up there just, now let's see what this guy has. Disgusting breaking ball to start the at-bat off. How does he come back now at 0-1? That pitch just missing and just taken by Kirsch, and it's 1-1. The pitch. Big swing and a miss there, 1-2. So Sadlier now looking to respond after a couple of hits. Back-to-back doubles to lead off the seventh. You go back to the first inning with Forno, who gave up the leadoff home run, and then back-to-back hits. Followed it up with 2 straight strikeouts. Did give up another RBI single, but then struck out Almonte to sit down the side. Sadlier hoping to do something similar without the 2 runs allowed. The 1-2, reared back and got him looking with a fastball. Strike 3 called. Kirsch disagrees, but it's a backwards K in the scorebook, and there's 2 down. You guys can't see it. The Jumbotron here just put up a bouncing graphic that just said mean pitch. That is what that was. I'm sure he is a wonderful kid, but Sadlier brought out every bit of mean he had for that fastball, and there's 2 away. That pitch to Prychak missing up and away, 1-0. Prychak with an RBI double in the third inning, an RBI single in the first, then grounded out to second base in the fifth. The 1-0 misses well inside, and it's 2-0. Some soft tossing is happening in the Dawgs bullpen. Interesting to see how the Dawgs play this the rest of the way. 2-0, swing and a miss, 2-1. Because one would assume that 15-5 feels pretty good right now. So you're maybe not necessarily unloading your high leverage relievers, but you also don't want to just throw anyone out there and let Energy City back into the game. The 2-1 in there, 2-2. Regular season, you might have a little bit more leeway for that, but in the playoffs, such a added degree of difficulty with the decision making. So we'll see what goes into this one. Right now, Sadlier looking to make it an easy decision. Ahead in the, or even in the count, 2-2. The pitch. Sailed on him, his hat goes flying, and the count's full at 3-2. Almonte waiting on deck. 0 for 3 today, but does have a bunch of pop in that bat. Siemens Stadium hoping they don't have to see him until the 8th. The 3-2. Popped him up right back behind the broadcast booth. That one is going to get out of play. Likely head down toward the parking lot. So once again, the full count pitch from Sadlier. High and tight, and the bases are full of cactus rats. A good battle from Prychak and a walk. So now bases loaded for Almonte. Again, the designated hitter tonight, 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts against Forno. And grounded out to Kroll to lead off the 6th. Quick meeting out on the mound, discussing how they want to attack this hitter. And maybe just getting Sadlier back into his groove. Walks not necessarily an issue for Sadlier this year, with 15 of them in 20 appearances, but that compared to 30 strikeouts. So now Juan Almonte up with the bases loaded, 2 down here in the 7th. If Energy City is going to get back into this one, this would be quite the time to do it. First pitch misses up 1-0. Almonte, 5 games in the regular season, none of them against Okotoks. Did drive in a couple in that while hitting .250. The 1-0 misses high and tight, 2-0. And right now for the Dawgs, you just want the kid to throw strikes, but that was a balk. Sadlier on the mound dropped the ball. And so everybody comes around, and that is going to include man who will score. A balked run comes in, and it's 15-6. Well, we said this game's had a little bit of everything. That now includes a balked-in run. The 2-0. Sadlier reaching back with that fastball. It's 2-1. Comes set again with the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Almonte up there swinging. Sadlier ripping fastballs in. The 2-2. Amped up another fastball and it missed, and it's 3-2. The pitch. Popped him up foul. We'll do it again. That is something that Energy City has been great at all night. Some lengthy battles up there. The 3-2 with runners at second and third. Hit back up middle. Stalker has it. The throw to first in time, and the inning is over. The Cactus Rats get a run on a balk, but nothing more. Stretch time in Okotoks. Dawgs lead 15-6 in Game 1 on Flow College.
Dawgs fans, it's time to get out, stretch it out a little bit. With the proud help of Macamee College, we get to all sing along with Paige from the promo crew. Take us out to the ball game.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowds. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back, so let's root for the Dawgs team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's one.
Ready to transform your future? At Macamee College, we believe in the power of education. With flexible programs and hands-on training, your success story starts here. Macamee College. No limits, just possibilities. Visit us online today.
Indiana University, right fielder, number 3, Cal Gates.
It has been a phenomenal playoff performance for Cal Gates following a massive regular season for the Dawgs outfielder. Gates has reached base 4 times today. Takes that one for a ball, a 1-0. Second inning of work for Lincoln Brown. Now up to 19 pitches. And this one fouled away, 1-1. Gates doubled and scored in the first, doubled, stole a bag, and scored in the second. Takes that one for a strike, 1-2. He singled, stole a bag, reached third on an error, and scored in the fourth, and was hit by a pitch, and you guessed it, scored in the fifth. And now he reaches base again. Line drive into center field, a base hit. Gates is on his horse heading for second. It is bobbled in center field by Akeda. Gates racing over for third, and he will get there safely. An exclamation mark on a huge night for Cal Gates. 5 times on base. 2 doubles, a single, and now a triple for the Dawgs. Right fielder kicks things off in the bottom of the 7th. And now it is Eric Matchey, who probably related to Gates reaching base 5 times tonight, has driven in a run every time he's come up to the plate. Breaking pitch misses up 1-0. Matchey with an RBI double in the first, an RBI sac fly in the second, an RBI double and a run scored in the fourth, and a 2-run double and a run scored in the fifth. And a bit of a limbo move on that one, and it's 2-0. Not necessarily the 7th inning stretch that he was hoping for on that. The count now 2-0. Has to get out of the way of another one, and it's 3-0. Matchey joining the team just before the All-Star break this year and has been on an absolute heater since. The 3-0, he had the green light and he hits this one a mile in the air. It is caught by Simmons, who had time to write and proofread a novel before that came down. And he was able to haul it in for the out. So now it is Jordan Kiefman up at the plate. Kiefman has only reached base twice, but has only reached base once, but oh my goodness, what a once it was. A monster home run in the 4th inning. Also an RBI sac fly in the 5th. Takes that pitch low at 1-0. It feels like basically every other game that he plays, someone is saying that Kiefman has hit the longest home run they've seen in this ballpark. Again, I've been coming to games here for a long time, and that one was probably the longest home run I've seen in this ballpark. And that includes home run derbies. The 1-1 misses up and away, 2-0. So it was 1-0 before, apologies on that. Dawgs making Brown work. He's up to 28 pitches in an inning and a third. His season high is 52. He had that in 2 2/3 against Lethbridge. Pitch missed outside, 3-0. Nash Kroll waiting on deck after his 2-run home run in the 5th. Kiefman gets the green light and he drives it high in the air, deep right field. Another no-doubter for Kiefman. 2 absolute tanks for the Dawgs left fielder. What a start to the postseason for Kiefman. 9 bombs in the regular season, 2 here tonight. It's 17-6. And now it is Nash Kroll, who again, last time he was up, took one over the ribbon board. Waits on a breaking ball, 0-1. So the #1 offense in the WCBL and the team with the best run differential in the league, putting on a show here tonight. He was geared up on that one, but takes, and it's 0-2. Every other playoff game has gone final tonight. The 0-2 missed inside, 1-2. A good portion of the Cactus Rats infield thought they had it, including Brown and the catcher Kirsch. But instead, the count now 1-2. And that one hit him. Not a unique experience for Nash Kroll. Kroll was hit 8 times in the regular season. A couple off the team lead held by Kaufman, who had 10. So now it's Wróblewski. Singled in the second inning. Popped up over on the right side. Going back on it is Clark, and just at the edge of the infield makes the catch. And that's out number 2. That'll bring Kaufman up to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Came around to score, 0 for 3 since. Just nice to see him still in the ball game after taking a foul ball off of the foot earlier that had him with a bit of a hitch in the giddy-up. So now it is Kroll with about the smallest lead you will see over at first base. Kaufman takes that one for a strike, 0-1. Waits on a pitch and he drives it into right center field. Long run for Burnett. He's not going to get there. Kroll was running on contact. He's getting the wave around third. There is not going to be a throw. It's an RBI double for Kaufman. 18-6. Red breaking ball on that one, waited for it, and absolutely crushed it out to right center field. A pinch hitter now into the ball game for the Dawgs, as Turner Zadunik is going to pinch hit for the DH Croson.
Number 7, Turner Zadunik.
So it is Turner Zadunik, born not far from here in High River. Takes that one for a strike, 0-1. Attended Colby Community College. His first playoff experience with the Dawgs, did play for Saskatchewan last year. And we'll take that one for a ball, 1-1. Zadunik ends up with a 300 batting average right on the nose in 28 games for the Dawgs this year. 381 on base percentage, 2 home runs, 22 RBI. Out in front of that one, it's 1-2. He also pitched in 7 games, including the regular season finale against Energy City. His last game as a hitter was on the 4th, where he went 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout against these Cactus Rats. Walking lead at second for Kaufman, and now he's running. It's a base hit for Zadunik. Kaufman rounding third. He will score, and it's 19-6. And now it is Emmett Stalker coming to the plate. Stalker with a RBI double in the second inning, a single in the third, a single in the sixth as well. He also struck out in there. Takes that pitch, 0-1. That one missing inside, 1-1. 8 Dogs have driven in runs today, including 2 from the number 8 hole. The only ones without an RBI, to the best of my chicken scratch score sheet, is Gates, who has found ways to contribute otherwise with his 5 times on base, and Rubleski, who singled and stole a bag in this game. But otherwise, Sanchez had an RBI hit. Matchy did. Obviously, Kiefman has. And on down the line it goes. But the count now 1-2. Breaking ball missed up, and it's 2-2. Stalker's RBI came in the second inning. Not going to have one here as he strikes out to end the inning. But it's 4 more for the Dogs. They have a 19-6 lead as we roll on here in the postseason on Flow College.
Get those 50-50 tickets out. Today's winner taking home $3,295. $3,295. It is going to a D ticket. D5176. D5176. You can see it on the big screen. If that's your ticket, congratulations. $3,295. You can claim your winnings at the Dawgs office.
Now pitching for your Dogs out of the University of Portland, number 39, Matthew Tran.
So it's Matthew Tran getting the ball for the Dogs here in the 8th inning. Against Seth Clark, who chops this one over to the right side. Stalker has it. 1 down. Certainly the efficiency that Tran is looking for from the Dogs. He got into 1 game this year. That was back on Tuesday against Energy City. Pitched an inning of scoreless no-hit ball. Struck out 2 in that game. Comes back here. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 to Nakajima, who reached in a fielder's choice and has struck out a couple of times. 1-0. In for a strike at 1-1. Two and one. So game 2 will be back here at Siemens Stadium tomorrow. It'll be a 7 o'clock start. Again, Energy City considered the home team for that game, but they are going to be having it here in Okotoks. This one doesn't appear to be much in doubt, but if Energy City is going to go on a Cinderella run to the title, they're probably going to have to win 6 road games to do it. Even if some would be considered home games. That one a strike, 3-2. It has certainly been a tumultuous season. So again, just getting to this spot is quite the accomplishment for a team that has called many ballparks their quote-unquote home one this year. That one misses up and away at 1-0. Or a one-out walk is what I meant to say. So Nakajima on board for the second time today, and that'll bring Simmons up. Started the ball game with a bang. A home run in the first at bat of the postseason for Energy City. And I said before the game, or at the early part of the game, I was down by the Energy City dugout before this game started, and Simmons came out of, it would be the visiting team clubhouse area down the left field line, headphones on, and that was the most relaxed human being I have seen in a while. He was cool as a cucumber. He was dancing, singing along to whatever he was listening to, and that coolness has come out here tonight. He's singing and dancing while he's up at the plate a little bit, and was able to dance around the bases early with a home run that gave Energy City the lead. They scored 2 in the first and hung with the Dawgs for a while, but Okotoks' offense just overwhelming tonight as this one has gone on. At one point, this was a 7-5 ball game as Energy City was chipping away at it. Yeah, 7-5 going to the bottom of the 4th, but the Dawgs scored 3 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, 4 more in the 7th, and seem to have this one well in control. The 1-1. And Simmons fouls it off of his foot, and the count's 1-2. Mention everything else is final tonight. Sylvan Lake with a 9-2 win over Lethbridge. A 6-run 5th inning, helping the Gulls get the 1-0 series lead, as that one heads to Spitz Stadium tomorrow. Out in Moose Jaw, things settled down after a while. The Miller Express with a 10-9 win over Medicine Hat, thanks to 6 in the first inning, 1 in the 4th, and 3 in the 7th, putting away a very scrappy Medicine Hat team. So both those teams hit the Trans-Canada now, as that one misses away, 2-2. Feel pretty confident that that's the longest travel distance. I mean, this one doesn't have any. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Some good stuff from Tran. Gets the strikeout, and there's 2 down. And that'll bring Carson Mann to the plate. He has been a bit of a thorn in the Dawgs' side tonight. Single and scored a run in the first. RBI single in the 4th. He was caught stealing to end the inning. And then a double. He got to 3rd in the 7th and was balked home. Takes that one low and in, 1-0. Committed to Jamestown. 3 hits in 3 games against the Dawgs in the regular season, including 2 in the finale with an RBI. Swings over the top of that one. Marcel Rosetto thinking what a lot of people here were thinking, and that one may have caught Wroblewski in a bit of a tough spot. But he said he's fine, so we will roll on with the count 1-1. Runner over at first is Nakajima. He had 1 steal this season, in albeit a brief amount of time with Energy City. Breaking pitch in for a strike. It's 1-2. Those that remain at Siemens Stadium getting behind the young righty. Tran comes set for the 1-2. Throws at about 58 feet, and the count's even at 2-2. It'll be a 7 o'clock Mountain Time start tomorrow. And if required, Game 3 also will be a 7 o'clock start. Most Sundays during the regular season are afternoon games, but for the playoffs, we're going to be under the lights again. The 2-2. Chopped foul, and just staying alive is man. Continuing a bit of a trend for Energy City tonight. They have made the Dawgs pitchers work. First it was Forno, went 4 innings, giving up 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Labonte pitched a perfect 2 innings. Sadlier gave up a run on 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And now another strikeout for Tran ends the inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go here in Okotoks. Dawgs up a bunch on Flow College.
The Okotoks Dawgs would like to extend a very happy birthday to the following fans joining us at the game tonight. Happy birthday, Allison. Love Neil and Chase. Happy 10th birthday to Nate E. Happy 8th wedding anniversary, Kelly and Craig Corder, as well as a happy 4th birthday to Mabel Corder. Pitching for the Energy City Cactus Rams. Number 34, Logan Holvich.
Getting things rolling here in the 8th inning. It is the top of the Dawgs order. Ricky Sanchez coming up. Sanchez played 9 positions in the game yesterday and making a bit of a run at 9 plate appearances today. Going to come up a little bit short. This is just plate appearance number 6 for the Dawgs Academy alumni. Out of Gonzaga with his team up by a lot. Pitch misses inside, 1-0 to Sanchez. Started off the game with a ground out to shortstop. RBI single in the second. Also had a single and scored in the fifth. The 1-0. The 1-1. Called strike, and it's 1-2. It's a new pitcher in the ball game for Energy City. Hogan Holditch is out there. This is his second appearance of the year. He had one in the regular season. He went an inning, giving up 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, a strikeout, a walk, and 2 hit by a pitch. That was July 22nd against Saskatchewan. He just missed outside there, and it's 2-2. The pitch. Sanchez fouls it away and will keep the at-bat going. It was Kingston Bajuan who got things started for Energy City, pitching 4 innings. 2-2 to Sanchez, misses inside and the count's full. Pitched 4 innings, 12 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them were earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Handed it off to Dave Stewart. An inning pitched, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Lincoln Brown, 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, again all earned, as Sanchez keeps the at-bat going. No walks and a couple of strikeouts, and now it is Holditch's turn. So once again, the full count pitch, and he lost him. And Ricky Sanchez, who had 29 walks in the regular season and an on-base percentage in the 400s, makes his way to first base for the 3rd time tonight. First time on the base on balls variety. And that'll bring Cal Gates to the plate. It has been, pick any superlative you want, it's been that for Gates tonight. He has reached base 5 times. He has scored all 5. Takes that pitch inside. He is also a home run away from the cycle. Now, I do want to check that quick because I, in my book, gave him a triple. They gave him that as well. It could have been a double and reached on an error, or got to 3rd on an error because it was bobbled, but that one is a strike, so the count 1-1 now to Gates. Doubled and scored in the 1st and the 2nd. Singled and scored in the 4th, hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th, tripled and scored in the 7th. So still no RBIs, but other than that, the 1-1 misses outside, and it's 2-1. Gates drove in a pair in the regular season finale against Energy City. The 2-1 loads up on it and hits this one foul over on the 3rd base side. And that will, I believe, land just in the dugout of Energy City. So the count now even at 2-2. Eric Matchey waiting on deck. The 2-2 from Holditch. Gates pulls it to the right side and through for a base hit. 6th time on base for Cal Gates today, and there's 2 on with nobody out.
Dawgs Academy alumni out of Lincoln Community College. 3rd baseman, number 18, Jack Lucier.
So a pinch hitter into the ball game is Jack Lucier. He'll come in for Matchey. who will finish the day with several runs batted in. Lucier got into the ball game yesterday, actually started the ball game on the last day of the regular season, Wednesday, not yesterday. Finishing the regular year, hitting .224 in 22 games with a home run and 11 runs batted in. And he drills this ball deep right field. Burnett going back, and he will watch it go. A pinch hit 3-run home run for Jack Lucier. And the third baseman out of Lynn Benton Community College helps the Dawgs break past the 20 threshold. It is 22-6. So now it's Kiefman, who has done that home run thing a couple of times tonight. Takes that one outside, 1-0. Kiefman with bomb home runs in the 7th and the 5th. That was not a, well, now I just want a single swing. The 1-1 to Kiefman. Pops it up. Left side. It's a long run for Mann, and he overran it. And it dropped in fair. Kiefman makes his way to second base. It looked like that one was heading foul. Again, phenomenal effort from Mann, who's had a couple long runs into foul territory this evening. That one, he ended up in foul territory, but the ball stayed fair. So it is a double for Kiefman to go along with his 2 home runs. And that'll bring Nash Kroll to the plate. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Kroll hit by a pitch and scored in the 7th. Takes that pitch in for a strike. It is 0-1. Kroll with a 2-run home run in the 5th. Has authored many big hits for the Dawgs in his playoff career with this club. The 0-1 fouled away. Quite a few have stuck around, admittedly, some leaving as well. The 0-2 to Kroll. Takes that one outside, 1-2. This is not a statement of judgment in any way. Everyone has different schedules and different bedtimes and wake-up times and all of that. I do like that some people left after the home run. Well, now it's over. That was it. The 1-2 misses inside, 2-2. Again, everyone has different lives and whatever. It's just that one always gets me. It's like, well, no, this was now the cutoff. Once they got to 20, that's all I needed to see tonight. Kroll was everything the Dawgs would have wanted in the playoffs last year. He had .625 with 2 home runs and 7 RBI. And he's off to a great start here. Base hit into left field. The stop sign is up for Kiefman, who will hold at second. It is a single for Kroll, who smart money would suggest that's his last plate appearance tonight, although we never know. But he, right now, is a double shy of the cycle. Runners on the corners, still nobody out, and it is Wróblewski. Wróblewski, the only Dawg who has not scored a run in this ball game. He singled and got stranded at third in the second. And has Popped out to first a couple of times and flown out to right. He has caught one heck of a ball game tonight. Coming off of another one. You could say this about basically every Dawgs hitter. They have the #1 offense in the league, but coming off of a great year. And he laces that one into left field. A base hit. Kroll making his way to third. The throw is offline. Into second goes Rubleski with an RBI double. And it is 23-6. So, new pitcher into the ball game. We will tell you about him when we come back on Flow College.
Pitching for the Energy City Cactus Reds, number 3, Cooper Gulicker. Pinch hitting out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi, number 13, Matt Evans.
Pinch hitter into the ballgame for the Dawgs brings an end to the day for Landon Kaufman. It is Matt Evans who will be pinch hitting against the new pitcher into the ballgame, Cooper Gulicker, making his third appearance of the season. He got into 2 regular season games as Evans chops this one foul, and it'll be 1-1. Gulicker, 2 games this year, one of them against Okotoks on the 4th, so back on Tuesday. An inning pitch, no hits, no runs, and a strikeout. So Evans pinch hitting for Kaufman, who will end his day with a double, a couple runs scored, and an RBI. Also hit by a pitch. Pitch missing outside, 2-1. Evans out of Texas A&M Corpus Christi with the Islanders. Hit .236 this season. A 5-game hit streak on the line for him that he closed the regular season with. Big swing and a miss there, and it's 2-2. Evans went 1 for 3 in the regular season finale against Energy City, and he fouls this one out of play. Yeah, that one's going to be berm bound. With the efforts he's had tonight, I would almost have expected Mann to come close to that one too. But that one a bit out of reach of the speedy shortstop who was committed to Jamestown. And that one caught the outside corner, strike 3. So Evans will sit down on the strikeout there. And that is the first out of our 8th inning.
Dawgs Academy alumni out of Southeast Missouri State. Designated hitter, number 7, Turner Zadunik.
So Turner Zadunik up. He drove in a run in the 7th inning. As he came in to pinch hit for Croson. Pulls this one to the right side. It's bobbled over at first. The toss to the bag is in time. Kroll will score, and it's an 18-run ball game. So now it is Hank Griffin pinch hitting. Griffin making it into the final game of the regular season. It was his first game in over a month, so great to see him back in the lineup. Gets out of the way of that one. It's 1-1. Out of the University of Mary, Griffin golfs this one into center field, ranging over Izaketa, who will make the catch and end the inning. We go to the 9th here in Okotoks. Dawgs are up by 3 touchdowns, basically, here on Flow College.
Spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you.
Now pitching for your Dawgs, number 38, Brody Burnett. And this pitching change brought to you by Alberta.
Churchtown, there's a gold dirt road to a whole lot of nothing. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country. We pray for rain and thank Him when it's falling, 'cause it brings a grain and a little bit of money. We put it back in the plate. I guess that's why they call it God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise sitting back in a
So ninth inning, Brody Burnett in. Fastball misses up and in, 1-0. And Ikeda drives this ball deep left field to the warning track, back at the wall, and it is gone. A solo home run for Hikaru Ikeda. And he puts a charge into one off of the guy who's taken over the closer role for the Dawgs. A solo home run, still an extremely long road back, but it's 24-7. So now Carson Burnett up, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Long look in from Burnett. Now gets his sign, and Burnett drives this ball to the wall in right, catch made. And that'll be out number one. Brody Burnett got into 16 games in the regular season for the Dawgs. Team high 3 saves. 2-0 record, 22 1/3 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts. So now it is Kirsch. Kirsch with an RBI single and a run scored in the third. Fouls that one off, and it's 1-1. RBI single for Kirsch coming in the third, 1 for 4 in the ball game. Burnett rocks and fires the 1-1, chopped up the middle. Sanchez racing after it. Nice play at short, throw to first in time. A highlight reel play. Phenomenal stuff over there at short. Sorry, that's Bryant Starr now in the ball game at shortstop. He's the one who makes the play. But that is about as high a compliment as you can give here in Okotoks, saying that a player was Ricky Sanchez-esque. And now the Cactus Rats down to their final out. And it's a high fly ball to center. Camping under it is Evans, who will make the catch, and that's the ball game. The #1 offense and the #1 seed in the WCBL makes a statement in Game 1, a 24-7 win. And they are a win away from advancing to the West Final once again. 24 runs on 25 hits for the Dawgs. Energy City 7 runs on 11 hits. We'll be right back here tomorrow night. It is an Energy City home game, but it's at Siemens Stadium. We will have it for you here at 7 o'clock. My name is Peter Klein. For everyone here with the Dawgs, including Danny Donnelly, the guy in charge of the press box just to my right. Again, my name is Peter Klein. Thank you very much for spending your Friday evening with us. Dawgs win 24-7 and take a 1-0 series lead in the West semifinal. We'll see you all for Game 2 tomorrow at 7 o'clock.